Luca here from MiniWarGaming.com, and welcome to another episode of The Lost City, our open sandbox Age of Sigmar narrative campaign designed specifically for our guests.
We play and call it work.
MiniWarGaming's Age of Sigmar Battle Report.
I have Brett with me today, who has traveled all the way from New Jersey, bringing his slaves to Darkness, who will be representing chaos to fight over the Molten Lake in the Realm of Fire. I'll be taking on the role of the Defender with the Ogor Mawtribes, actually representing some destruction, because that's who currently holds it. My list today will be Beast Collaborators. Boo, I know. You know I hate them. You know I love to hate him. This is Josh's list that he wasn't able to play today because he actually had to play something else. So I figured, oh, whatever. It's a list already put together. He wanted to play some Thunderbelly, so I figured I'd give it a shot. It's best to know your enemy, as some would say. So we have here a Thunderbelly list focusing on Mournfangs, and leading it, we got a Frost Lord on Stonehorn, a very infamous model. He will be touched by the Everwinter. So he is also a priest, which seemed fitting because I don't really have one in the list, nor do I have really any support. So he's going to be my anvil, my hammer, and my support all in one, I guess. We are going to give him the Pulverizing Hailstorm Prayer, just to do a few extra mortal wounds here and there. You'll also know the generic ones, I believe, is like Bless and Smite. Not that there's any enemy priest to hit on the battlefield, but Bless is kind of cool. I had Brett randomized by mount trait, and he got Metal Cruncher for me, which is going to be very relevant here today. He's developed a taste for dense metals and chews up ironclad enemy war machines with ease. That is disturbing, I suppose. As for Artifact of Power, I figured the Elixir of the Frostworm could be kind of fun on this guy. I don't typically enjoy artifacts that don't guaranteed work, but this one's very easy to remember because obviously I've never really played the Ogor Mawtribes before. But hey, they're Destruction Army, so any 5-year-old could probably play them. Otherwise, the rest of the list is pretty damn simple. I will be running with 3 Mournfang packs. I believe they're all reinforced. They're all 4 strong. And then I'm going to have 2 units of Beast Riders on Thunder Tusks to provide some support. And more monsters, rampages, and whatnot too can be kind of fun. Don't really know. Thunder Tusks to me have always been a weird one because they don't necessarily hit all that hard, and they're like a lot of support, so maybe they're gonna just kind of follow around the Frost Lord. I don't know, we'll figure it out. We're gonna learn this together, everyone. And that's it for my list. Let's go take a look at what Brett is bringing to bear.
So hi guys, my name is Brett. I'm from New Jersey. I'm going to be playing some Slaves to Darkness today, a very Nurgle themed with some corn sprinkled in. It is going to be Host of the Everchosen, so I'm going to be able to rally on a 5+ for all of my battle line units, which is going to be most of my army.
Pretty much the whole thing.
Yeah. So for starting off, I have 2 different battalions. It's going to be a Chaos Warband and it's going to be a Command Entourage. In the Chaos Warband, I have my leader is a Chaos Lord on Karkadrak. He is going to have the Mark of Khorne. There are no artifacts on this guy. He's just bog standard normal dude. For the rest of the Chaos Warband, we're going to have a Chaos Chosen unit, just a 5-man unit, Mark of Nurgle. No Ensorcelled Banner. Next up, we're going to have the Chaos Knights. The Chaos Knights are going to be Mark of Khorne with the Chaos Lord on Karkadrak. They are going to have the Banner of Rage and Ensorcelled Banner. The Chaos Warriors are the last pick. I shouldn't say that. They're another pick inside the Chaos Warband. They are going to be double reinforced for 30 dudes with 2 wounds, Mark of Nurgle, and they will have the Eroding Icon Ensorcelled Banner. So hopefully they stick around. We'll find out. And then last inside of that Chaos Warband is going to be a 3-pack of Ogroid Theridons. There's no command because that's just how they were built. Mark of Nurgle with a big Garoan Great Axe. So first up inside of my command entourage, we have my general who's going to be a Demon Prince. He's going to be Marked of Nurgle. He is going to have the trophy rack, and his enhancement and his command trait is going to be the Bolstered by Chaos command trait for +2 wounds in addition to being able to do monstrous actions as a monster. And then he's going to have the Doombringer Blade, which before the game starts, I pick a hero or monster unit in my opponent's army, in this case Luca, and my entire army gets +1 to wound because apparently it like burns inside of their skull and makes them really angry towards whatever he raised his blade at. And then after that, for the other 2 spots in my command entourage, we're going to have an Exalted Hero of Chaos with double axes. He's just going to be He's just there. He's been christened Wee Man. He's kind of small compared to everybody else. He's a classic fantasy model.
Love him.
And then lastly is going to be my Chaos Sorcerer Lord. He is going to have a Chaos Familiar, since my second artifact is given to me by one of the realms that Chaos currently controls. His spell that he is going to be adding to his his War Scroll is going to be the Chaotic Conduit, which lets me roll on the table and see what happens. Otherwise, that is it.
Perfect. Let's go take a look at the mission we're playing for today's game in the Molten Lake. Today's battle plan will be Nexus Collapse. So this is from the newest General's Handbook. It represents volatile resources or points of interest quite well. In fact, it's probably one of my favorite missions in this whole pack. As you can see, both players will be deploying in a search and destroy style format, 9 inches away from one another's territory with 6 objectives, 4 bordering our territories, 2 in each player's territory, and then 2 additional ones in no man's land, rather far away actually. Now, the cool thing about Nexus Collapse is the instability rule. With that, in the second battle round, starting in the second battle round, the player with the fewest victory points, doesn't matter first or second, fewest victory points, gets to pick up to 2 points on the battlefield, these objectives, to collapse, explode, or, you know, disappear, whatever it might be. They will do mortal wounds to everyone nearby, including their own units and enemy units, and they're gone forever. That's it. And throughout the game, the objectives start to dwindle. They could technically all disappear by turn 5. I have not had that happen yet. Now, scoring is quite simple. One more thing to add to instability would be that if you're tied on victory points, you roll off and the winner gets to pick up to 1 instead of 2 is the only difference there. Now, moving on to victory points, you're going to gain your standard. 1 for 1, 1 for 2, and 1 for more than your opponent. 2 per battle tactic as well if you're able to accomplish that. And whoever has the most amount of victory points after 5 turns will be the winner. Nexus Collapse is always different in my experience in every way I played it, so I love to see it. And of course, 3 points for your grand strategy at the end. And we are deployed on the Molten Lake. The Beastclaw Raider is in the Realm of Fire. Josh describes them as agitated and quicker to get into the combat and quicker to, I don't know, keep moving along, I suppose. Now, in this case here, we are in the Molten Lake. The Ogor Mawtribes here, this is the Beastclaw Raider part of them, just feasting on the remains of whatever they were able to find, and essentially rampaging through whatever setup the forces of chaos had here before the ogres had moved in. No Maw Pot here because I figured I wasn't going to use it, so I didn't want to make room for it. I only got the 1 character, and he's not going to be anywhere near it, so we figured the Maw Pot's back at the main glutton encampment where all the gluttons would be with all the slaughter masters and the butchers and whatnot. So for deployment, I'm on this side of the table quarters. I got my Mournfang, Beast Riders, Frostlord, Mournfang, just like that. And across, what do we got here, Brett?
Okay, so we got the 5 chosen right here. They're Mark and Nurgle, like we said. We got the Exalted Hero of Chaos right there with the pink top knot, should be in also half the stature of the chosen next to him.
Yeah.
Then we got a nice big chunk of 30 warriors right here. My Sorcerer Lord is right here behind him with a big scythe. And then we got the Demon Prince, Mark and Nurgle monster. 10 Knights, Kargadrak here behind them, and then the Therodons over here on the flank.
Excellent. We are going to start this game in a second. A couple things to note. We are fighting in the Molten Lake. Funny enough, won't really affect us. It has to do with units. It's like burning skies,
yeah.
So it's like flying units suffer mortal wounds and stuff like that if they try and get a little too ambitious and fly through the smog. That's not a worry here. We are all good on that front. Now for campaign effects, I'm playing Destruction, so the only effect I have to worry about with this build that Josh gave me is the Maw of the Great Beast will allow me to do aggressive command abilities once for free per battle round, so I can like all out attack once per battle round. But you can also do it in addition to another, but it doesn't count as being ordered.
You do it twice.
So you do it twice, exactly. That's a pretty powerful effect for Destruction. Has been carrying them quite a bit. And as for Chaos, well, they have a lot of small effects that add up to a lot. In this game, you're going to benefit from +1 to cast, +1 to unbind, and you have an extra artifact of power, which you're utilizing as well. From certain, again, territories in the campaign. It's all visible by going to miniwargaming.com/The Lost City, where you have an interactive map, and it kind of covers what territories the factions have, and where they currently hold, and where the current, status of the campaign map is at. This, in the grand scheme of things, is a small skirmish for domination of Akshi. So this is Brett starting the conquest of actually for Chaos again. And it's good that it's Nurgle, because we have recently had the campaign take a massive swing in Nurgle's favor, if anyone's been following it. It started off Tzeentchian Lord. He has now been dealt with, and now Nurgle reigns supreme and wants to take back Ashenhold. And this is the first step in that direction.
As it was meant to be.
Exactly. So we're going to see if the Forces of Chaos can grab a little bit of the Realm of Fire back for Chaos, away from Destruction, who are the two top dogs right now. Death ain't doing bad. Death is, all is quiet on the Death front. Very, very subtle in their moves. Otherwise, that should be it. We're good to go. We're good to start this game. But I do want to remind everyone that if you go to miniwargaming.com/challenge, you can find all the details you need about coming in and taking part of this. Taking part in this campaign, like Brett has.
Let's do it.
From New Jersey, it's 7-ish hour drive, but we're near Niagara Falls, so there's another good excuse to go on a vacation.
Went there yesterday. It's great.
Stop by, play a game, kind of thing, right? Something to consider. Also, play other games. Warhammer 40k. I'm always looking for more Lord of the Rings guests to get more Lord of the Rings content for the other channel. That's my passion. That's what I really like playing. But Josh is always looking for people to play Marvel Crisis Protocol. That's his baby right now, and he's always looking for more people for that too. So we do more than just Sigmar and 40k. We do the Heresy, all this stuff. I'll do any game. Honestly, any game you see me play, I'm down for it. So go miniwargaming.com/challenge for all them details. And are you ready to start this show?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, so real question is, we actually both had 2 drops in our list. You got to deploy first. Who would you like to have the priority here?
So there's a thing where I kind of want you to go first. That's going to happen all game.
That's good. We talked about dropping dice.
I kind of want you to go first because I want to kind of be able to charge you in the middle, but at the same time, you might be able to reach me turn 1.
I can almost tell you if I go first, I ain't going anywhere near the middle.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna play baby safe and just go for the sides.
I kind of want to take the center, and we had a conversation. I think maybe it was Josh, where if I get double turned, at least my buffs are off and stay off.
Yes.
But I am getting double turned. I think I'm actually going to take the first turn.
Okay.
Just because I want to have a position in the center because I'm so slow as a faction.
Oh yeah.
Getting to spread out. There's 6 objectives on the field. Getting to spread out late game is going to be hard for me, so I want to get in a position where I can do that later.
Yep. Oh, a couple things I've got to mention earlier. How many points is in your list off the top of your head?
It's actually, I think, 2,000 on the nose.
Same. So that means no worries there. Because I'm playing Destruction. Destruction is rampant on the campaign map to represent the spread of focus. We're going to give a triumph to the Forces of Chaos because they have less dominion overall. So no matter what, you get a triumph.
Yep.
Do you know which one you want?
Inspire. Every time.
There you go, +1 wound.
+1 wound.
Works for me, and that's about it. Otherwise, we're pretty good to go here. We are going to be fighting in a Destruction-owned realm, because we own Ashenhold, so every one of my turns I'll be getting an extra command point as well. So we get a lot of leniency with command abilities because of the Maw of the Great Beast and Ashenhold under our control. And we got, I was going to give him Voice of Avalanche, but I actually gave him the Touched by the Everwinter instead. So I guess Voice of the Avalanche probably would have been wasted in all things considered. All right, so it is going to be turn 1 for the Slaves of Darkness. We do have to go over grand strategies as well, but we'll do that in a second. I'll be using this to keep track of the score. I'll be on the left, and Brett will be on the right. He'll be going first. As for grand strategies, Ogor Mawtribes side of things, we'll be going ready for plunder. I have to have more of my units in your territory than you have of your own at the end of the battle. We'll try it out. I was going to go for the 4 Ogor Mawtribes ones, but the list I have doesn't really do 4 all that. There's 2 or 3 I could do. There's 1 I could do very easily, 2 I could do kind of, and then the rest are all scuffed. So 4 would be nearly impossible with this build, unfortunately. And what have we got on your side of things?
So I'm going to be actually taking the Bring Ruin to the Realms. That's the do 4 specific Slaves to Darkness specific battle tactics,
Gotcha.
Which normally I wouldn't go with, but I think it's very reminiscent of the Wheel of Nurgle mechanic, where there's certain ones I have to do at a certain time. So I felt like it was a good fluffy choice and I get to stretch a little bit.
All right, there we go. I like it. I appreciate it. And we're going to go ahead and figure out all your battle tactics and everything in but a second. But before that, we have to roll in the Eye of the Gods table with the Chosen and the Exalted Hero right there.
Okay, so Chosen's going to be D6 plus 2. I've got an 8. Slaughter strength. Yep. That's what I wanted.
The Ren 2.
Uh-huh. And then for the Wee Man, we got an 8.
Hey, same thing.
I'll take it.
That's easy enough to remember. They both gain an extra Ren on their melee weapons. It means I think Ren 3 on him maybe, and Ren 2 on them.
He's Ren 2, damage 2, just like the Chosen now.
Perfect. It works.
It's great. Okay, so for my battle tactic, I'm going to be picking the, what's it called? Lust for Power. That's to get someone to roll on the Eye of the Gods table.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the pregame stuff doesn't count. But we're going to be doing, for my heroic action, it's going to be the draw on power for my sorcerer so that I can force a Eye of the Gods unit to roll on the table.
Yep.
Yeah, so.
My action is going to be... You don't want to do the Realm of Action one, eh?
Not yet.
It's a little risky to do. It's free, but it's risky because you take mortal wounds on your characters. I'll do willpower on this guy if he's within 30. If not, I'm going to go for leadership, I guess. Ready to roll some spells?
Yeah, we're ready to roll some spells. So we're going to do draw on power. No, that was the action. He's going to be Chaotic Conduit.
Yeah.
I'm going to be rolling 3d6. I'm hoping to not get 2 1s.
Yeah, not really
that's
going
the problem.
That'd be the problem.
But he's going to be doing Chaotic Conduit, and we're going to be selecting that guy once it gets off.
Well, you got it with a 13, so I can't stop it.
Okay, cool.
Do you want to cast? I guess we can roll out on it immediately.
Yeah, let's roll and see what happens. Let's keep the action going.
6?
6.
That's the +1 advance in charge, I believe.
Sweet.
Run in charge. That's the Slaanesh one.
Do you ignite weapons from the sorcerer here onto the Chaos Warriors?
Cast on like a 5 or something, I believe. Good enough. You know. Oh, jeez. Okay, now it is 5 for ignite weapons. So now, if anyone's curious, hey, Chaos Sorcerers can only ever cast 1 spell. You can always do the realm-specific spells in this campaign, in addition to the spells your wizards know. Otherwise, you would probably never see them because they're very tame in what they do compared to like what the book spells can do and everything like that. Like, how are you going to compare like +1 to hit and wound to like demonic power? Why would you ever cast anything but demonic power? Right?
Yeah, it gives a fun little like fluffy thing to make the campaign a little bit more interactive.
Correct. And yeah, exactly. You know, the wizard's a little bit more powerful in the campaign and stuff like that as well. Because we're not really doing like the primal magic dice in a lot of our matches. Only the Realm of Beast stuff. Anyways, that should be about it. So yeah, that's if anyone's curious, ignite weapons increases the rend characteristic of a unit's attacks, including missiles. But there's not really a lot. But that's the Chaos Warriors. Swords. They're all rend 2 on the Chaos Warriors now, which is kind of spooky. So what do you think the plan is for movement as we go to that
So
phase?
the plan for movement is really to just sit up and castle up in the center. These guys right here with the champion, the Exalted Hero, are going to try to push this way. Because I think at the start of turn 2 is when you get to destroy objectives, so to speak. So I got to be not on and committed to one.
You want to be outside of 6 if you don't want to take the mortal wounds from it.
So I think these guys are going to try to like push over here, but the Chaos Warrior is going to try to take this spot because there's a lot of guys over there.
Yeah.
I think this brick is going to try to move this way and try to corral you that way.
Gotcha.
We're going to see if it works, and then that's pretty much it. Is just don't die. The game plan.
Gotcha. All right, we're going to be right back after Don't Die, the game plan is enacted. And plan is being executed. The Chosen and the Exalted Hero move up this way, going for that objective. And then the big brick moving forward with the Demon Prince and the Chaos Sorcerer Lord, and then the Cockadrak Lord and the Chaos Knights, the big giant brick of corn. Chaos Knights, Brett?
Yeah, look at that symbol. That's a corn
true.
symbol.
There actually is a corn symbol, and I can't fault you for that. So that's pretty good.
This guy, you have free reign.
Yeah, I tell you, he's got no banner. It's hard to point it out. And that's actually pretty simple all around movement there. The battle tactic is complete because boom, we rolled on the thing and no shooting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, none.
Yeah, no charging.
Yeah.
We just reformed. Now instead of playing Search and Destroy, we're playing Vanguard. Because I just formed the Vanguard to play. It's like the old meeting engagement of back in the day. That will be, you're on 1 objective.
There was a second
2
one.
objective right there. I'm on 2 objectives.
Yep, this is a 4-point turn, I think.
You're trying to make me go for a 3-point turn so I get to pick what gets destroyed. I see.
That's exactly what I did on purpose. Thank you for highlighting that for the viewers at home.
Exactly, that was the play. So 4 points for chaos. If I want to destroy objectives, I have to risk going for a 3-point. I get to blow up a couple of objectives, force you to keep going forward, but at the same time, my grand strategy is to go to your territory, so it's going to be a little difficult. And for Brett's grand strategy, he's 1 out of 4 of the way there. 3 is just 3 more to go.
Yeah, 3 more to go, man.
Super easy.
They're all super easy, right?
All right, turn 1 for these doofuses. Because I own Ash and Hold, we're going to go up to 5 command points. No command points are spent at all on Brett's movement phase there. And I got nothing to roll for the Everwinter Blessing, but I do got to pick a battle tactic. My plan of attack this turn is like every plan of attack for Destruction Armies. I'm just going to go forward and I'm going to hit the enemy hard, and I'm going to hope it works out. And If it does, awesome.
It does, yeah.
I put all my mental thought into that plan.
Done by turn 3, man.
Yeah.
Done by turn 3.
So we're gonna try Avalanche of Flesh as our battle tactic. Being I gotta cause 10 mortal wounds. I have to actually allocate 10 mortal wounds with the trampling charge battle trade, which is like when my guys charge, they do mortal wounds based on how well I charge, etc., etc. It's like the old ogre charge from fantasy in a way. Okay, that's that.
So viewers at home, forgot to mention the Doombringer blade. My army's going to get +1 to wound against this Lucas General.
Yep, that is my Frost Lord on Stonehorn. He raises his blade, much like you see right there. he bellows a sound, and like Brett said, some mark is like inflamed on their heads or somewhere on their body, and like, okay, we're gonna do better.
Their brain starts burning until that thing is killed, and so they're just like fixing to kill him.
Well, that's the plan. I'm gonna be my plan of attack. I gotta do heroic action, I guess. Leaders? I don't care. I'm not gonna do one. I got 5 command points. What am I gonna do with 5 command points? Nothing really. I'll do. What would you like to do for command ability?
Ooh, that's right. I got to think about this. So command ability is we're going to probably do a personal command point right here because you're not casting. I don't need willpower. We're gonna go personal command point on the Demon Prince. No.
All right, easy enough. I guess you know what? To keep you guys happy, I'll do a leadership on my character. No, he doesn't quite have it. He tried though. He is a priest. He is touched by the Everwinter. I gotta check the range on the mortal wound one. I think I pick a point and then I conjure like a spooky blizzard there. We'll conjure a pulverizing hailstorm. It's actually 18-inch range. It's pretty impressive. On a 3 though. That's a 5. The Everwinter's blessing loves me. So I'm gonna pick a point with an 18. It's probably gonna be right around there.
Yeah.
Everything within 3 will take mortal wounds on a 2-up. Separate rolls, though, of course. So the pulverizing hailstorm can go up to that die, and that will hit all 3 units. So I gotta roll up some effects here. Just straight up conjures giant boulders of ice to land and destroy that area. So these guys on a 2-up, they do have shields for this at least. They put their shields up for this 1 mortal wound coming their way. Yes, right off the shield, no problem. The Demon Prince, he is gonna eat a boulder to the face for 1 mortal wound. So it's a little hail, but he's got 6 up.
Ward.
Nope. And then he's got some wounds left. I can't quite remember. And then the Chaos Knights. Yep, just barely enough. Good enough. Another single mortal wound.
Yeah.
They all work and they all do
3
1.
for 3. 5+. Nope.
Nope. They do not know how to put up their shields. I think that's kind of it for the hero phase. I got nothing else to really do. So we are going to go right to movement. Now, my plan of attack this turn is I'm going to try and brute force some damage on these Chosen. So I'm going to probably at the double these guys and see where that takes me. As I'm going to try and hit the Chosen just with impact hits in general.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, and just try and do as much damage there and fight first if I can, in any way I can. And then I'm going to have these guys put pressure on the Chaos Knights, and I'm going to see where you put your Chaos Warriors afterwards. That's because I don't know where your Chaos Warriors are going to go, so I'm just going to hit both flanks and make you decide. Then I'll readjust my plan based on that.
Weakness.
Yeah, just don't fight them. Fight everything else. Let's go ahead and do just that. I before I commit to that at the double. Oh, I guess. Stupid Maw the Great Beast is pretty strong. I can at the double them for free and at the double them for the battle round without it costing anything. Well, it'll cost 1 in that regard. So I'm going to at the double them after they get the Maw the Great Beast at the double. So they're both going to take the extra speed there. I'm going to show you where everything ends up moving in but a second. So we didn't get too far before a redeploy. My first move was actually these guys at the doubling to about this area. So they're hungry. They go 11 plus the run is a 17-inch move. Very aggressive. They're Thunderbellies. I think that's the tribe. And they get to charge after they advance. Only the Mournfang get to do that, though. And we were talking about it off camera, and I remembered we're in the realm of Akshi. This guy's going to burn hot, burn fast. So you can do 2 heroic actions, even on the same character, as long as it's your hero phase. What that gives him is, unfortunately, gives him bonuses to charging. Not that it'll affect the trampling charge, because it's only unmodified, but it does give him more random, more wound rolls, and I believe that's about it. To correct it, it is +1 to wound, +1 to random, and +2 to run and charge rolls. Not that he's going to be running, but the downside is, at the beginning of my next command phase, they suffer D3 mortal wounds. What a What a horrendous trade-off. Normally, I play like very slow, meticulous armies, so the characters don't really need to burn hot, burn fast, but this guy's a monster. I guess a Vampire Lord on a Zombie Dragon can really benefit from it too. There's a few things that are just really good on, the Lord on Karkadrak was a good example too. Anyways, that's what I'm doing there. We are going to redeploy these Chosen.
I like my Chosen alive.
And they're going to go 5. That's pretty good.
That's big.
Damn good. It puts a lot of pressure on the Chosen. They back it up. I can still make a charge, but it's much harder now. And I am going to proceed with this move on these Mournfang. They're also going to take the at the double, but this one cost me a command point. After they move there, I actually decided to keep my Husk, my Beast Riders on Thunder Tusk's back. They're the last things I moved. But then, so they at the double there. Then this guy moves 14 because he's hungry right up to there. They rolled a 6 on their run. I didn't really want them to go that far. I guess I'll move them up a little bit further. Why not? Now that I look at them, I wouldn't mind them being a little bit closer up there. They're going to end up here. And then I thought to myself, that redeploy is pretty good. Am I going to do 10 mortal wounds on impact hits over here? Nah, that redeploy is pretty spicy because I don't know what this charge. This is a possible charge, but it's a spicy possible charge. So I said, screw it. I'm playing Beast Claw Raiders. I'm gonna crank that one brain cell they have up to 11 and just send her. So we put them all forward. And we're going to hope for the best. And we're going to do a bunch of mortal wounds. The plan here, this one's a little more suspect. I was hoping he'd move a little bit further, if I'm going to be honest. I wanted to hit here and hit there to have them to have an awkward-ish spread. It wouldn't matter too much, but I don't know if I'm going to charge just yet. They're going to wait till the end to see how many mortal wounds I've done. We do have quite a bit of shooting in the forms of these two guys only. It's just to resolve that. They both have a harpoon. I had to shoot the birds out first, and then they have the frost wreath ice to shoot out. Everything else ran that has shooting. Like they have like pistols. They can't fire them. I don't think that guy has a shooting attack. He didn't run those, so I'm going to figure out how these guys work and put them on the table. Also, disclaimer, I've literally never played these guys ever. Like, I think once. I am just doing it for the sake of doing it for the channel, because I had to play Destruction, and Brett plays against Bloomspike Gits, like, all the time.
Specifically Trogs.
So that's usually when I play Trogs or Squigs, and I'm like, well, I'll give you a reprieve from that a little bit, and Josh suggests I play his army. That's full circle for the story of why I'm playing them right now. So they're easy enough to play. So it should be no problem, hopefully. Let's start harassing that Demon Prince. I'm going to send both the Vultures to pick away some of his flesh. He takes a mortal wound, which has a 6 up.
6 up.
You take 1 damage. And then I'm going to put both the harpoons in him as well.
Yeah.
How many wounds does he have?
10 left.
10 remaining? Okay, yeah. He's the monster?
Yes.
Yes, okay, perfect.
He gains 2 wounds.
All right, then we are going to go ahead and twang. We got a couple of hits. 3 to wound. Marker Nurgle. Okay, geez. I was going to say before I interrupted myself with saying oh, geez, because I hit and wounded twice with both of them. They're only ran 1. Marker Nurgle does not affect ranged attacks. That's right. So -1 your save should be 4 ups.
Yep. Force.
Okay, you're just going to go ahead and take... it's only 4 damage.
Only 4? Okay, 6s.
4 damage, all right. Easy. And then the Frost Wreath Ice. Sorry, they were both going to go for the Warriors. Yeah, I didn't say that, but they both have, they're stronger based on like the size of the unit they're shooting at. The way this works is I shoot a giant ball of Frost Wreath Ice as like artillery into the middle of the unit, and I roll 12 dice because they're not hurt. They summon a big ball. Every 6 up is a mortal wound. I get +1 to the roll if the unit has 10 to 19 models. I get +2 to the roll if it's over 20 or 20 or more. They're 30. So, blah. In this case, it is 4 mortal wounds on the first one. And I'm just going to quickly resolve the second one because it won't change the effect. Boom, 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 boom. An additional, only 2, not bad. So 6 in total? Yeah.
Ups.
I kill 2.
Yeah.
2 die to the ice. Those dummies didn't put their shields up. And it is charge time. We are going to start with the Stonehorn Lord. He does get +2 to this because he is burning hot, burning fast. He's just so eager. Okay, 12-inch charge. But I rolled 10 dice for trampling charge. He's a monster. He does mortal wounds on a 4-up. I'm going to have him charge right about here. Bam, that's the plan. Right on in. And we're going to roll 10 dice for impact hits. These pop off on 4s because he's a Monstar. And we love Monstars. Trampling charge is going to deal a total of 5 mortal wounds.
Hey, this is going to be a 5+.
Better put your shields up. Nope. That almost kills 2. Actually, it does kill 2. One's wounded.
Yep.
So I'm halfway to finishing my battle tactic on my first charge. We're going to have the Mournfang Cavalry beside him declare a charge. They get +1 to this because they got a musician. They're going to charge 6. That's good enough. That's where we end up. We're going to do some mortal wounds to them. I wasn't too sure what I wanted to do. but this is where I decided to end up. I had a whole plan of like swapping him over here with his Monsters Rampage. Then I forgot, oh crap, there's Therodons over here, which is kind of scary. So we're changing up our plan a little bit. We got an impact here. They rolled a 5 on the charge. They do mortal wounds on 5s because they have a unit big enough. So 3 additional mortal wounds.
3 5-ups. Let's see it.
Shields. You gotta roll better than that, Brett. You gotta roll better than that, man.
These knights aren't actually here. They're back at the camp.
Yeah. All right, and then we got kind of the big money one over here. I don't know what that is. It looks like a 9. I was like, I wasn't quite 3 away when you redeployed, so it's probably around that. We're gonna forward a victory for a command point. Why not? Let's get him in there. Nope, we failed. That's good. That's good for you.
That's what I needed.
Yeah. All right, this guy. So I kind of need him to. You know what? Let's have this guy charge. So I've used forward a victory. I'm at 3 command points. He's gonna charge 10. That is it. We're good. 10 inches base to base contact. So we're gonna roll 10 dice here. We need to do 3 additional mortal wounds for trampling charge. Okay, we only roll 4. So that means I might have to force the charge somewhere else. But unless you put your shields up.
Yeah, like let's see what happens. 5-ups. Hey, at least one. Another dead horse.
But that does complete my battle tactic. That's 10 mortal wounds. So much interaction. Because I got the battle tactic finished over there, I do not want to commit to this fight. I'm just going to keep it real right there as I am. And it'll do like every other good destruction player. And hopefully I get priority and we're fine. And we're going to do a roar from the, I know, this guy's going to get them strike last because he charged as a Thunder Tusk. That's
junk.
That's a fancy, disgusting Thunder Tusk Monsters Rampage. I got to see if it's guaranteed or not, though. Hill of the Everwinter is what it is called. It's not automatic, thank God. It would be horrible if it was. It is 3 up to work, so I pick every unit within 1 inch after I charge. It's cold. They're cold. Sixes always work. Okay, so they get strikes last. This will be a very interactive combat phase coming up.
Bye.
We have the Frost Lord on Stonehorn is going to roar at them on a 3+. Oh, awesome. We love roaring. Isn't that the best?
It's great.
So
I love
good.
it.
It's so good. Oh! All right, let's go ahead and start fighting. We're going to give the honors to the Frost Lord on Stonehorn to see. Actually, let's do the little guys first. Over here, staying outside of 3. Don't want to engage them. Getting these 3 within 1 inch. This one's going to be within 2. I don't know if that actually matters, but that was the plan. I don't know what the weapons do. Going to all out attack. Oh, no, before I do any of this, I got to do Metal Cruncher, the mount trait. Does he eat your metals? I believe he does. It's a 2+ to see if he is willing to eat you. You suffer 6 mortal wounds. Awesome. It's what a good. Oh, shields up.
This is when I get all of them. 5s.
Not the shield. No, he likes the shields. He likes those. He's eating them. 5 casual mortal wounds.
Okay, it's casual. Yes. Yes. And then this guy's got 1 left. Let's go. I don't know. Here.
All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and attack with their Gargan Hackers. There are 3 attacks on the champion. So it's going to be 9 attacks in total because they're 2 attacks each normally. And I'll do the tusks afterwards. But only 3 of them are attacking with their tusks. 3. 4s to hit normally, up to 3s. Oh, it got me 2 more hits because of the all-out attack. Nice, nice, nice. 3s to wound because they are not marked by Nurgle. They're Khorne marked. And guess what? It wouldn't have mattered anyways. Or 5-up saves.
Okay, let's see what we got.
Let me tell you, that's 9 damage. Yeah, that's what I... That's 3 damage to swing. They just cleave right through a knight per
so
fail.
this is going to come back, but I'm picking up 3. So 1, 2.
Oh, Horn. There are apparently only 2 Chaos Knights remaining. So we have the Tusks. They're 4 attacks each on 3s with the...
Wow!
Like, the worst part is I have the Frost Lord who does so much more damage to attack next. Oh my gosh. Oh, woe is me. All right, you have 9 -1 saves.
Nothing but 4s.
I got 2 damage each.
Yeah, there it is.
That's 8 damage more.
Okay.
All right, Chaos Knights, that was fun.
Thanks for playing, guys.
Thanks for showing up. All right, well, that is the end of my turn. There is no other interactions this turn. It was just pick up your Chaos Knights, get them off the table. I do score 5 victory points because I do hold the majority of the objectives now, I believe. Because he does count as 10, I think that's 20, or he's 10 models, technically. Because the Ogre models are 10 if they're monsters. Or at the very least, I got like these 3 tier 2-ish. Anyways, 5 points all the same because we got our battle tactic finish, which was to do mortal wounds on charging. That's right. And yeah, I honestly don't I don't know. We got a priority roll to do.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. I don't think. All right, perfect.
Okay,
Excellent.
That's what we needed.
Yes, I like that. So you can keep priority because if I had gotten priority, I probably would not have taken it because the game wouldn't have been over, but it would have been. I would have been able to like kamikaze charge into your forces and make it so it's very difficult for you to score for the rest of the game, and then that would have been game. That would have been a very busted game. I hate destruction, and that's thank goodness I lost it. But that is. You get to pick 2 of the objectives to blow up, or 0 is up to
Yes,
to
it's up to 2. I think I'm still going to get rid of 2.
Yeah.
Because I'm a mobility army and I don't like having mobile challenges. So we're going to probably get rid of this one and this one.
So that's going to 4 up to do more wounds to this guy as it's volatile, like it erupts in geysers. Nope, he's naturally fine. And then it also helps that Brett needs to roll better dice.
Yeah,
that's a fact. This one here on a 4 up, they take mortal wounds.
Hey!
D3 mortal wounds.
Let's see that one.
It'll be 3. Not bad. 3 remaining wounds on that guy, and goodbye. Oh, if I can reach it. There we go. I got it. So the battlefield has changed a little bit. This is the one I removed earlier. Boop, boop, boop. And we are going to go on to the second battle round right now. Did forget to update the score for Brett's forces last turn when I showed off. He was actually at 4. I'm at 5 now. That's why he got to explodify those 2 objectives. And those 2 geysers erupted, and those parts of the battlefield are no longer important. All right, so it's hero phase time. Brett, what's the plan?
So we're going to do Enthrall to Chaos. That's the one where you pick an objective with enemy units within 12 of it. And if at the end of your turn there are no more enemy units within 12 of it, it's achieved. And so we're going to be picking this one over here because...
I think I have a guy on it or something. It's around here. It's about this guy.
It's somewhere.
There it is. Haha. So if they're not within 12 of this objective at the end of this turn, that is a battle tactic complete. They got chosen staring them down, so that's probably going to happen.
It's doable.
It's definitely doable. Would you like to rally anything? They took a couple hits. I don't know if you want
They took a couple hits. The thing that I would have wanted to rally would be over here, but it's irrelevant. No, I'm not going to rally.
Fair, okay. As for heroic actions, what are you thinking?
So for heroic actions, we're actually going to do Finest Hour because he's half health, below half now. And we're also going to do the Realm one where I get +1 to a lot of things, but take D3 because I don't think he's around much longer.
Yeah, so he's going to burn hot, burn fast. That's going to be +1 a wound, +1 a rend. I know these guys could have piled in and fought. I didn't really want to, though, because there's nothing really in range for them to do so. So that is it for there. So he's going to get +1 a wound, +1 rend. My guy still has it. Also, if that comes up.
Yep. But, if I'm attacking him right now, I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that is it for the hero phase. Oh, spellcasting.
Yes, spellcasting.
I'm gonna. So my action is gonna be willpower to try and stop whatever
of course.
spells you want to go.
So we're gonna do the +1 rend. We're gonna pop it on the Demon Prince because he's just going.
Ignite weapons.
Yes, ignite weapons. Actually, do I want to do heroic? No, he's not within range to do that anymore. Nope.
You get +1 to your casting.
I do.
So you
thank you, previous cast players.
Yeah, that one was actually me technically. I think.
Nice.
Back in the day with the Maggie Kid army. I'm gonna let ignite weapons go off because it's on the Demon Prince. I want to stop demonic power, but I don't know how well you're gonna roll on it. So I'm hoping you roll like lowish.
Yeah, hoping for another barely pass. Okay, so demonic power, we are gonna put it on the warriors because that hit 2s and 2s is so good.
That's a 9.
9, yeah.
+1. So I need to roll 10 on the dice. Oh. I feel like there's something suspicious about Beastclaw Raiders and dice rolling too. Like every time I fought against Josh or any other Beastclaw player, they just crank them. It's just ridiculous. It drives me up the wall.
That's fine.
Yeah, and then we forgot to state Oracular Visions last turn, but it was on them, but they only took damage from mortal wounds, which they have a 5 board against anyways. Where would you like Oracular Visions to go this time?
Everything has a 6-up except for these guys and the Chosen, so everything's out of range.
Well, they could benefit from the 6-up board because it's against all damage, not just.
Okay, we're gonna do it on the Warriors again.
Yeah, it's generally assumed it'll be on the Warriors. Yep. Yeah. We are gonna go on to movement. This is the one you don't want me to redeploy on, but I guess if you wanted to move over here to see if you bait out a redeploy first.
I could. I was thinking about that, but
I know I'm not gonna redeploy.
You're not. Yeah. We both know you're not because we talked about it. Yeah. So like, might as well just start here.
So
they're gonna move 5 right there.
Pushing up. I am gonna redeploy the Mournfang Cavalry. I'm at 3 command points. I'll go down to 2 here. It's a new battle round, so I have access to the aggressive command abilities, but redeploy is not one of them. Oh, you got a 5. What do I get? 3. That
makes the charge harder.
Yeah. The redeploy, so it's about 8-ish charge, maybe even 7 with the +1.
Yeah.
So not unfeasible, obviously. And then the rest of the movement's kind of free. Where would you like the Exalted Hero to go?
Oh, that's a good question because I don't want to get him too engaged, but at the same time, he is expendable. So
fair.
We're just going to go here.
Hello. Hey, look, he gets to roll on the other gods table maybe or something. Oh, and speaking of, I think I moved an objective with this guy. I definitely did. Fixed it. And some moves over here will show you.
Yep.
They're not overly exciting. So the Chaos Warriors move up towards our Beast Riders. Sorcerer Lord follows. Demon Prince moves more central, kind of pushing up the middle, staying 3 away. The Lord on Karkadrak, same idea. And then the Ogoroid Therodons way over here, coming up on putting pressure on the Mournfang Cavalry. Otherwise, I think we're good to go to charging. What a simple army we got here. Very single-minded in their nature. Where do you want to start?
We're going to start with the Chosen because I have to make sure I don't accidentally re-roll my charge somewhere else.
Yeah, I get that.
So we need an 8 on the dice. Was it 8.5 distance?
Let me check. We're checking the charge. This guy to this guy, 7 on the dice.
Yep, 7 on the dice. Here we go.
Yep, that's
what it is. CP, re-roll.
4 to victory. Yay! That's an 8-inch charge because of the musician.
Yep, the drummer.
Or drummer, technically. Boom. They make it in. Who's next?
Next, we're going to do this guy, Wee Man.
Wee Man!
Let's see if he's got it.
He's got
I think he's got it.
He gets an 8 as well for unearthly reflexes or something like that.
Yeah, his Eye of the Gods.
He's ready. And I assume the Chaos Warriors are next.
Yep.
That's the next logical
Okay,
choice.
so Chaos Warriors, how far do we get to move? Not very.
Okay, fair. Boom, boom, boom. I would have liked to unleash hell against them, but
Go for it.
I can't.
Oh, okay.
Little homie charged in first.
Yeah, accidentally winning.
Hey, it's the right call. And then the Beast Riders over there. They're probably going to unleash hell against whatever charges them, I guess. Mm-hmm. We'll see, though. We'll see how that all ends up.
Yep.
There, we got a big old pile of green right there. He's got, then I assume this guy with Ignite Weapons would like to charge next.
Yeah, actually we're going to do the Karkadrak first because he has a couple more wounds to tank some
Oh,
Overwatch.
smart. All right, bring it on.
Blam!
Good enough for me.
Okay, yeah, that's cocked, but even on a 1. Let's go.
I will. Do I want to? I throw 10 dice every 6 up as a mortal wound because his unit's kind of baby small. You know what? Forget it. I'll keep the command point. I won't do it. I don't love the idea of it anymore. I liked it on the Demon Prince. I would do it for the Demon Prince, not that guy.
Demon Prince. So fast.
Spicy.
Blam.
Like that.
Okay.
This is a volatile game.
It is. Ability I get out of these guys.
They get to go 5.
Yeah, not a ton, but I'll take it.
Good enough, though.
Should have built that.
So they charge in there, and I asked Brett off camera why you didn't buy command, and then what was the reasoning?
The reasoning was I thought I was going to get a second army box, the release box, and then I looked at their data sheet and realized, after of course assembling them without looking at the data sheet, that I'm not going to get another box.
But you didn't build the command on the first set.
Nope.
You could have.
Nope, I could have.
Even knowing you're going to get a second one, you could have built no command on it.
I could have, and I just kind of like assumed like, oh, whatever, it's fine. I don't have to build command. Also, if you've never built the Ogre Therodons,
I haven't. So.
They're actually kind of challenging. So like, I definitely wanted to try to get the banner because the banner looks cool.
Yeah,
all that
awesome.
real
It's
estate
huge.
for painting. Yeah. And then I just assembled them wrong, so that's on me too.
Oh, fair. That's also reasonable. Hey, I've been there too. It's just that's always. And you know what? The command hasn't mattered yet.
Yes.
So
yes,
not at all. Not at all worry. That should be it for charging.
Yeah, that's it.
You got a monster's rampage because you got a monster.
I
I got 2 to do myself. I can't do the Ogor Mawtribes ones because they require me to be the charger. So just the generic ones for me.
So I'm already wounding on 2s, and you don't have a -1 to wound from this guy now?
I got a -1 to hit.
That's fine.
Because he's really cold.
Yep, that's fine. I'm going to do Roar.
Yep,
Ah,
fair.
got it.
Go, right. I am going to stomp the Karkadrak Lord, I guess. He's not a monster. He's going to get stepped down for a couple of mortal wounds. I assume he has a rune
Yes. He has rune-etched armor, which does the exact same thing.
That's what it was, yep. But
Same
one damage, and this guy's going to... They have... I stopped demonic power, so I guess I'll roar. That's the only other option I really have. Nope, never mind. We're all good there. 8 remaining runes, no roar, and start of the combat phase, I got nothing. My Metal Eater is too far away, so don't have to worry about that. And yeah, where do you want to start fighting?
Chosen first.
Chosen first. They're Rend 2 because of Slaughterer's strength. Let me ponder. Try to all-out defense them. Well, I'm going to all-out defense them. Hopefully it'll matter a little bit. And of course, Brett's gonna all-out attack, like he said, off camera. That's why I'm clarifying it on camera. They are going to pile in, and they are going to hit my face with their giant weapons. And I'm gonna hopefully keep my I guess, chain of rolling really, 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 really good, and then Brett's going to keep rolling really, really, really bad.
1s and 2s exclusively.
Only those days.
Okay, so I got 16 attacks. The chosen champion gave me an extra one. I'm going to be doing all-out attack. I'm also going to use my inspire so that I'm hitting on 2s and wounding on 2s.
Yes, sir. Makes sense to me.
6s are immortal in addition to normal damage.
I see 2 of those. Not bad. All hit. Yeah.
And wounding on 2s is going to be Ren 2 damage. Nice.
Not bad.
Nice.
That's a roll. There we go. Well, these are 5-up saves after the rend, and then I got to take 2 mortal wounds afterwards. Hey, I rolled some 5s.
That's some 5s.
Actually, that's I don't
It's
know.
still a lot of misses, but it's a lot of...
Every 3 is a dead guy. So you killed that, and then you bring one guy down to 4.
And then 2 mortal wounds.
2 additional mortal wounds. So he's got 2 remaining wounds on him. So I got 2 wounds left on the Mornfang champion here, and this is going to pretty much force Brett to declare there. I can't exalted in ruination or
fight again, fight last.
Yeah, we're chaos. We fight a lot. Yeah, so once per game, chosen can fight an additional time, but with the strike's last effect, which will assuredly kill this guy and acquire your battle die.
Hey, they've seen my dice rolls.
I know. Hey, and like he said, he's gonna roll lots of 1s and 2s. There was a couple 1s. There was a lot of 2s. A lot of 2s. So you're able to mitigate that with all out attack and everything. The next logical thing for me to do would be to try and hammer down these Theridons as much as I can before they beat up my Mornfang. Because I don't care about my Beast Riders all that much. They're going to defend themselves. Let's put it this way. My favorite thing is if you want to live, if you want to play this game, you got to roll well. And that's on you. So Brett's going to all-out defense as I attack here. I am, of course, going to all-out attack my guys for a command point. I still have access to the Maw of the Great Beast for my turn. I just have 0 command points now, but I'll be getting a lot on my turn, luckily. I'll turn to face their enemy, and they're going to go and wallop them with their big, dumb weapons, ogre weapons. 3s hit with their Gargan hackers. It'll help for 1, and then 3s to 1 normally, but these ones are marked of Nurgle, so 4s. Matter for one of them. Rend of 2.
So 6 up because I have all out defense. Nope.
That's 9 damage.
Yikes.
I think they're 5 wounds each.
They are 5 each.
So it doesn't quite kill 2, but we do have all of the Mornfang in range for 16 attacks, though, which is kind of a lot. Okay, all the completely flipping the profile on the tusks here because they're 4s and 3s normally, but I make them 3s and you make them 4s. So it's the exact same math. But I'm going to do it the proper way or else people get mad at me. So they hit on 3s, which is a pretty good roll. Helps me 2 of them. I don't think I get anything fancy on 6s. And then they're going to wound on 4s because you're Nurgle. Oh, wait. I'll have you know your Nurgle rule didn't matter at all. And I hate to say. So you're back to your base save of 10 of them, actually. That was
let's
4.
roll like Luca.
Might be a 5. Might be 5s if they don't have a shield.
What's your rend?
2. 1.
Rend 1, so it is a 5. Yep.
Yeah. So that mattered quite a bit. That's 10 additional damage.
Ooh, they're dead.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
That's how they die.
That's my pick.
Okay, down up to me. The Karkadrak Lord, I think, is the better pick here.
I think you're fine here. Yeah.
Yeah, this one I'll lose guys, but I'll lose them back here.
And these guys don't actually do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
They're weird support monsters.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
They do some damage, but they're definitely like more support than anything.
Yeah, so I think we go here. I think the Karkadrak is going to go first. I'm going to grab his card so that I have everything in front of me and don't do something wrong.
He has no artifacts or anything on him, so he's just swinging normally, right?
Yep, he does have Mark of Corn, though, so he gets +1 attack.
Ooh, okay, fair.
So Hex Battle Axe, now 5 attacks, 4s and 3s because of your -1 to hit. Nice.
Okay, didn't matter. Technically, he just rolled like...
Yeah!
Bring me to a 5-up save on my Scaly Skin. That fails. He said 2? 2. So you're taking 2 so far. Boop.
Blade.
The
so
Demon Ball
this is going to be 4s and 3s again, Rend 2, D3 damage. But 6s to hit here, do a mortal wound in addition.
Gotcha. I see... what's it normally hit on 4s?
Normally hits on 4s.
I'm really cold, so everything misses.
Yeah, I'm from the
frozen north. You can't hit me.
Yeah, 1.
Wait, no, I'm sorry to say, but every single one of your attacks missed. Because he rolled 4s to hit, they're all 5s to hit.
It's 3s and 3s.
Oh, my bad,
Yeah,
my
3s and
bad,
3s.
my bad. 4s and 3s is the modified profile.
Yes,
That's a wound. You're good. 2 on the Demon Bound Blade, 6 up. Oh,
D3 damage.
oh, bring it on.
Blam.
All right, we're at 3. Boom.
Okay, and then the last profile, Spooky Cold.
5s and 3s. Can't hit me because I'm cold. He's a reptilian, Brett says. That's a reptile? I guess so. Yeah, it's like a little dragon thing.
Hey, it's a chaos crocodile. Crocodile.
Yeah, exactly. I have
Chaos crocodile.
No idea what that is. I guess it is a chaos crocodile. My pick. Well, I guess I'll take my 3.
So I forgot to do my impact hits here when he charged. So let's roll a 1 and it doesn't matter. Hey, D3
Nice.
mortals.
I'll take it.
Take 2.
All right, knock me down to 9. It's the 1 over. So I'll go with these Beast Riders attacking the Demon Prince. I probably won't kill it, but we're gonna try. The Demon Prince is Nurgle.
Yes.
Yep. So -1 wounded. So I'm gonna do the tusks on the Thunder Tusk first. 4s to hit. We've got a couple of them. Good job, Thunder Tusk. 3s to wound normally. We've got 1 wound, Rend 1, but you have Finest Hour, so back to a 3 up.
Nope.
Naturally. D3 damage for the Demon Prince, only 1.
6 up. Nah.
And then we have the ogres have punches and kicks from the crew. This is how I get you, the punches and the kicks. They hit on 4s normally. Excellent show, boys. No, that's it. That is the Thunder Tusk, everyone. Yeah.
So there's no real reason to follow the Demon Prince because they actually can do some attacks.
Hit on. Would you like to pile in?
Actually, because it might actually affect, because he can die. He only has 6 attacks on a 4-up. I'm going to have the champion go.
Oh, true. I forgot the Exalted Hero was even there. We got 8 attacks with his double axe profile, but 9 because he's
Are these guys also cold?
Yes, you better
Okay, so 5s and 4s.
Hey, not bad. You got a couple of hits. Hey!
1.
Normally Rend 1, but Slaughter's Strength kicking off. But we're good, though. We have 4 up save normally. I guess he'll go. I'm going to put the damage, the attacks into the... gosh, I don't know. The Exalted Hero, I guess. Is he Nurgle as well?
He's marked Nurgle.
All right, 4s to hit him. Got a couple of hits. And 2 wounds. Rend of 1. Nurgle! What's
2
Nurgle?
wounds on 5s. Nope.
All right, 2d3 damage. He is going to take only 3.
Okay,
And
he's
then we got
not dead.
The punchies and the kickies. 3 hits. And 3 wounds. No rend.
Let's find out.
Nope.
No.
1 damage. He's got 2 wounds remaining.
He is alive.
Not bad. We get this Demon Prince out of the way. He currently is under the effects of, well, he's +2 to wound right now. Not that that helps too much. But he's got like rend
3.
What's his base rend? 2?
2, yeah.
He's rend 4 because of burn hot, burn fast, and flaming weapons.
Oh, yes.
Rend 4.
I put flaming, did I? I think I put it on him. Okay.
Yeah, it was on that guy there,
Yep.
I think, yeah.
Okay. So 5 attacks. Hitting on 3s.
With a -1.
Yeah, so 4s. Come on, buddy.
4s and 2s.
Got
Hey,
no
nice.
3s. I need
My
no
cold
3s.
didn't matter.
Okay, and then 2s.
2s to go right through. That's 8 damage.
4. Yeah.
He's got 1 wound left. Buries his axe in the rind of that guy. I believe that leaves, I guess this guy can go, sure.
Yeah, he'd have to before them.
Yeah. Bloop. 3 attacks with the Gargan Hacker. Hits once. Does not wound. And then his tusks hit once. And wound. Rend 1 though. Got it with the 5. No damage. And then you pretty much get to fight with them and then them.
So we're gonna do Chaos Warriors first. It's a little awkward to get in because the tusk's hanging off the base, but
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. We'll say that guy would have been close. Of
course, yeah, for
so
sure,
1, 2,
yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then probably 1 more here, 9.
I have 2 attacks each because there's no objectives they don't control or territory they're fighting over, so they're happy where they are.
So 3s and 3s, rend 1, 1 damage.
Be forced because I'm really cold.
Yes.
Outstanding. 3s to wound. I don't stop that.
Hey.
Hey, not bad.
That's-
6. I take 5.
Nice.
9 remaining wounds. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. We're gonna have the Chosen go. I'll let you pile in. I'm just gonna remove them. No
Yep,
need
that
to
makes
roll
sense.
die. And that will end it. I don't think there's any morale to resolve, so we're gonna go right to scoring. You're on 1 objective, 2 objectives.
You have that one.
Yeah, that one's probably mine.
I think it's another
Almost
4
certainly.
point.
Yep, that's another 4 point because of the battle tactic. All right, that is it. We're gonna go to my turn. All right, well, again, because we control Ash and Hold as destruction, thank you, Corey, we are going to go up to 2 command points. And you know what? I guess I do this game for Corey as well. Shout out to Corey, big fan favorite from that battle report that went up. I'm recording this around the time that battle report went up as some insider information, I guess. And Corey was loved by all. So currently 5-4, but I have an opportunity to score here. The thing I want to do is make sure I take the mortal wounds from my burn hot, burn fast. I will suffer a mortal wound, and we're a Stonehorn. We take it. 14 remaining wounds on him. There's like a plethora of things I want to do right now. Battle tactic is going to be from the core rule book to kill the general. I'm going to go for the Demon Prince here. A few targets I want to deal with. Well, obviously I can't really deal with like this stuff all that well right now, but I would like to You can have your Demon Prince fight right now, which isn't bad. We could both have a unit fight right now. I guess I'll get to resolve mine first.
You would.
So I'll do, that's after all the start of hero phase stuff though. My battle tactic is going to be from the core rule book. It is the one that requires me to kill the enemy general. I got him in front of me with 5 wounds remaining and a 6 up board save. So we're probably going to try and punk him. That'll be our battle tactic. As for heroic action, while both Brett and I are thinking about heroic actions, because neither one of us really know what to do, I am going to roll for the Everwinter's Blessing. So I roll for all my units here, just this guy and that guy, and I roll for units nearby him, and if I roll equal to or less than the battle round number, they succumb to the cold a little bit. So I'll roll for the Chaos Warriors. I roll a 5. That is not the current battle round. I'm going to roll for the Demon Prince. I'm going to roll a 3. That is not the current battle round. The Lord on Karkadrak. Okay, he is going to get a little cold. It's just D3 mortal wounds. 3. All right.
5+ rune-etched armor save.
It protects against the cold knot.
No.
You don't have ward saves? What are you talking about?
Okay, so we're going to do Finest Hour as my heroic action for my Karkadrak Lord.
I believe mine was going to be recovery on a 9. We're good. So he's back up to full. Boop. And then his second action, because it's my turn, is Burn Hot, Burn Fast on him as well. That's pretty much it for the start of the hero phase stuff, I believe. So I'm going to go for his prayer. Pulverizing Hailstorm is going to aim. I don't think I can get too much out of it other than right here. It seems like it's a little overkill because I'm probably going to kill them with mortal wound, so I might just do here. I'll aim for this spot within 18 inches. If I've, it has to be visible. Let me double check. It's got to be visible. Those Beast Riders are directly in the way, so the only spot I can really see is like over here. So I'll probably go for that. That guy's gonna eat it on a 2+. I'm gonna summon a big rock, big icy rock. No, it misses. Oh, it doesn't miss. Actually, I get punished by the snow god. Actually, I take a mortal wound. I'm good. All right.
Not enough punishment.
Not punished that much. Now we could both use Strike Fast, a command ability, in the hero phase. I'm gonna do mine on the Beast Riders, and I'm gonna resolve mine first. And I guess you want to see how that resolves. That would make sense, actually. I'm going to attack the Demon Prince because he's not Finest Houred. He's hit. This is the Tusks, by the way, because it's 4 attacks. That's a wound, even though he's marked in Earl. -1, 4 up. You are naturally... Oh, you're going to pack. I cannot believe you made that save. Holy crap. And then the little punchies and the kicks. We have 4 hits. And these wound on those 2. No rend. 3 ups.
Got him.
Good. No damage. Who would you like to order your fight to?
Demon Prince is still, he still has all his buffs, so we're gonna pick him.
All right, bring it up. The Finest Hour does end, but he's got the burn hopper.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Still +1 to wound, +1 to rend. So
okay.
-1 to hit because I'm cold.
Yeah, super cold.
And a couple of wounds. He's not rend 4, but he's still rend 3, so that is gonna kill my Beast Rider.
Yeah, that's all I needed. Just high rend.
There we go. That should bring us to movement. I am going to retreat this Beast Rider unit. So he was eating, so he didn't get to move as far. So he didn't love the idea of it too much. Then I assume no redeploy, and then the rest of my moves over here I got to figure out. I'm gonna run. I don't need to run. They move 11 already. So we're gonna move the Beast Riders there. Sorry, the Mournfang there. They didn't need to run. That's just their hungry move. And then I'm going to move these Beast Riders up and around this way as well. Not Beast Riders. I keep calling them Beast Riders. These are Mournfang Cavalry. Bringing the Mournfang up there, and we're going to redeploy that Demon Prince who's got that gigantic bullseye on his head. There it is. All right. So with that in mind, our Frost Lord, who's burning hot, burning fast, as he pretty much always will be, is just going to move to right. More or less just turn around.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to go ahead and shoot. We don't have a lot of it. We just have like pistols on the Mournfang champions. That guy retreated, and we're going to go right to charging. I'm going to start with, I don't know. They have a whole lot of range. I guess he's going to shoot at the Demon Prince because of range. That one's going to shoot at that guy if he's within 12. I'll start with that one, and if he can't, I'll shoot the Demon Prince. This guy does have Lookout Sir, though. So -1 to hit. I miss. It's a stray shot, and then into the Demon Prince. It is a hit. It is a wound. It is -1. 4 up.
Nope.
Ooh, D3 damage. Ooh, 2. It's a pretty solid hit.
6s.
Ooh, Chaos does not love that guy.
No.
They gave him Dark Apotheosis. He hung around the office for like 3 days. Like, nah, we're done with this guy, dude. No protection. All right, it's time, I guess. We are going to charge with the Mornfang Cavalry here first. They get +1 to the roll. They're going to roll a 7. 6 for the impact hits, though. Nothing too dramatic. We are going to roll 6 dice on 5s because of our unit size. You take no mortal wounds on their charge. We're going to try the Stonehorn declaring a charge. He gets +2 to it, but he only rolls 6 for the mortal wounds. He's just going to go, if you could just nudge him straight into the Karkadrak Lord, essentially.
Or this guy?
Yeah. So something like that. And then I'm going to roll these mortal wounds against the Karkadrak Lord, I guess. Yeah. These are going to be on 4s. It's 3 mortal wounds his way. There's a 5 up board against.
5 up.
Oh, he made 1.
Hey, about time.
2 wounds left. He's got 2 allocated to 3 remain. And then the Mornfang Cav are going to charge as well. They get +1 to the roll, but they roll and they're going to go 12. So we're going to have him go. They're going to go there. They're going to try and assassinate the character who doesn't have much protection, especially when he's targeted by 11 potential mortal wounds here. And again, we are using our very advanced tactics to make all of this work.
Yes.
We are, like I said, that one brain cell is at full efficiency. Oh, wow. The tactics they're forming. I can feel my ridges form. Here we go, 6 mortal wounds. I think he's dead.
Yeah, he gets plucked.
Oh, okay, wow.
He just got skewered.
The interaction is out of this world. Game. All right, that's it for the charges. I am going on to another very cool mechanic. We're going to have now this one Brett randomized for me. Metal Eater on this guy. I am going to pick the Chaos Lord. I'm going to roll. Do I eat your armor? I do. I'm going to cause this many mortal wounds. It's 3. You have a 5 board save as he chomps your armor. Chomp, 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 chomp.
Yikes.
You take
Hey, he's alive!
1 wound left. Not bad. Not bad at all. Ooh, okay. I technically cheated there a little bit. That was supposed to be a stomp from him. That's only 2 mortal wounds. So I'll let you re-roll the... Did I roll a 3 for mortal wounds?
You did, yeah.
Okay. Roll 2 dice again, but don't take any more than 2. Well, you can only take up to 2.
On the Demon Prince?
Yeah, because you could... no, this is on him.
Oh.
Sorry, yeah. Just 2, because it's supposed to be... okay, so it's the exact same, and now I'm going to Metal Eater on the Chaos Lord, which I failed. Perfect. Easy. Now I get to go on to fighting. I am going to go...
I will do a monster's action.
Oh, you are a monster!
Yeah.
That's right. By all means.
We got to stomp because he's going to be dead. We're going to try to stomp these guys.
Steppity step. It works. And it's going to... No, it's going to wound this guy. He's got 2 remaining wounds. Look at that. All right, we're going to go first with the Frost Lord on Stonehorn. I'm going to split the attacks up a wee bit here, as he is going to issue all-out attack to himself with the Maw of the Great Beast. I guess for the narrative effect, the rock hard horns are going to hit the Chaos Lord as he charges in, and the punches and the kicks. And then he's going to try couch this guy to death with that spear, and the hooves and everything are going to go on the Demon Prince as well. With the horns into the Karkadrak Lord. 4s to hit normally, so back to 3s. Didn't matter. And 3s. Rend of 2, so you should have 4-ups.
Yep. Oh, so close.
That was
so close.
Yeah, that's 3 damage. He's run down there. And then we got the Frost Spear. 4. It's actually even higher end. I forgot he's burning hot right now. We have the Frost Spear 4 attacks on 2s. That's a couple of misses. And these are, I believe, 2s to wound. Didn't matter. Rend of 2.
So 5s.
All right, doesn't matter what the rend. That's 6 damage. We got the ward though. He might make the ward. Yeah.
Stay positive.
Otherwise, all right. Otherwise, we're having Demon Prince for dinner today. he's already kebabbed too. Hi. Okay, well, that's my pick. You have no picks to go with.
Yeah.
So I can pile in and fight these guys if I want to, and I might as well because honestly I don't have much else to do. Otherwise, I could gamble for a double turn, which is super fun. Also, I've left you with. Oh, I got a character.
Yeah, I got 1 character, 2 units.
Huh.
2 battle line. Watch out.
Ooh. Fair. I guess I'll chill. I don't really want to engage them. I'd only be getting like those guys attacking. It's not really worth it right now. So. These are your dice, actually. I will end my turn there, and I will acquire victory points, the very coveted victory points. Should be 5, because I got the general kill, and I got these 3 objectives back there. We get to do the priority roll, and then we get to pop off objectives. 6.
Yeah, that's what I needed.
You get to keep it. That ain't bad at all.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to definitely go again. I'm not going to double turn myself. That would be so dumb.
That'd be,
but we are going to get rid of these 2 because I need to play the objective game right now.
Force me to keep going for you here. So that one will affect him.
Sorry, I picked it up too soon.
That one's not going to hit anyone, but on a 4-up, he'll take D3 more wounds.
Okay. 4 up.
No, not quite. Currently at 2 command points for Sorry, the other way around. I'm at 3. Totally messed that up. 1 for chaos because their general's dead. Well, Brett, what's the plan this hero phase?
So, we're going to take my 1 non-Slaves to Darkness battle tactic to keep the dream alive. I can only do 1. That's not a Slaves to Darkness. We're going to do Conquer, and I'm going to select this objective. All I have to do is make sure that I control it by the end of the turn.
Easy enough.
With a brick of warriors.
Should be doable. I only got the 1 within 6, it looks like, for 2 models, so
yeah.
That's all yours.
Yeah.
And what do you want to do for actions?
And for actions, we're going to do Finest Hour, because Weedman's got 2 wounds left. It's either now or never.
You want to do Burn Hot, Burn Fast on him? Is he going in?
I do, but I also don't, because then it's guaranteed he's dead.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to do Burn Hot, Burn Fast yet.
Okay.
If he survives another turn, I almost have to contractually.
All right.
Okay.
Then that is probably because I killed the wizard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of the movement or a lot of the ruling in the command phase was because of him. So.
Yeah. All right. So then we're gonna go right to movement, and honestly, we'll be right back after they move. I'm probably gonna redeploy these guys, unless the smart thing is probably to not move at all and just charge.
Well, I mean, the smart thing I think would just, if you do redeploy, I go.
I guess you get the objective.
I still have it.
You might as well. Yeah, you might as well move. Yeah. All right, fair. We'll be right back. So the Chosen scoot their butts up over here. Wee Man is finest houring and not going anywhere. What's he doing?
Not getting shot by a crossbow, and that being his legacy.
All right, fair. Understood. These lads are going to move
These
backwards.
lads are going to be moving back towards here. We're going to do just enough so that if you do decide to redeploy, you're going to have to redeploy kind of off the objective or make my charge not any harder.
Yeah. I got 3 command points because I feel like because I'm going second. That's why. That's how that works. I guess I will redeploy. Why not? We'll do it here live. 5. That's actually pretty dope.
That is pretty good.
8-inch charge if I go directly backwards, but you get +1 because you got a guy hitting a drum. Or blowing a horn, technically. And so that's where they end up after the redeploy, and I guess we're charging, essentially, because there's not much else to do. Who do you want to charge with first?
We're going to do the Chosen first. They're going to try to charge the Stone Horn, and it looks like I need a 8 on the dice, but then +1 for their drummer.
Yep. So 7 on the dice.
See it.
Up. Yeah, 1.
Oh no. Oh no. We're going to do it.
I was going to say, you already have the battle tactic.
Gonna charge. No, we're not.
All right. Well, these guys can still try if they want to.
Yeah, so let's see where our options are, because honestly, I wouldn't mind going after him. I'd have to string out a lot.
Of course. Yeah, I have no control over it, so you can just keep a triangle back there. Yep.
Or just really go into them if I get high. That doesn't look very high, guys.
Reroll the 4. Okay, it's even worse. 5-inch charge. I think that's turn.
Yeah, I think it's turn, man. I can go in here.
Oh, you could go that way if you want to. That's
2 attacks, but then I'm strung out real far, and I don't know if I want that. Although it does keep him over there.
It's I'll let you decide on that one. I'm gonna opt to not commit to the fight because he wouldn't get too many guys in, other than dragging him in, which is I would not recommend.
Really dumb idea.
Yeah, so you wouldn't be getting too many attacks. You'd be letting me fight you back because I got good reach. And in the hero phase, to strike first with the command ability to be fighting again. It's a lot of pressure on them when they're more of an anvil than a hammer. Yep. But when you're only left with an anvil, it becomes your hammer, I guess. Okay, that's fine. That's an unfortunate rollback here.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Did you want to recover this guy instead of Finest Hour? Because Finest Hour only lasts for the turn.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Yeah, just
let's try that.
Heal some wounds instead. Yeah,
he's good.
He should be 7, so he's going to heal D3. He's got 2.
Nice.
He's got 3.
Up to 3.
And he can still Finest Hour. And for scoring, we're right there. You get 1 point for 1, 1 point for 2, 3 points for more than me, because that's literally all that's on the table. And you got your battle tactics.
Big brain moves.
5 points for chaos. I can't believe it. Here we are. Okay, here's my turn 3. Currently, I'm down by 3. Not too bad. I can get that many points this turn, probably. It'll be hard to get all of the objectives, but I have to fight those warriors now. I got no choice, essentially. I gain 2 more command points because I hold Action Hold. Unfortunately, Brett does not have his general, so he is at 0 command points currently.
Don't need no command points.
Don't need no command points. In my hero phase, I got to roll for my Burn Hot, Burn Fast on my guy. He's going to suffer a couple of mortal wounds, but he's got a stone skeleton, so he takes 0. And we're going to Burn Hot, Burn Fast. And we're going to call... I actually don't think there. I'll just burn hot, burn fast. I don't think there's any reason to do any other command abilities or heroic actions. There's no willpower. Don't need finest hour because finest hour is a little redundant and stuff. Oh, but they're -1 to wound.
There.
Finest hour it is. All right. So he's gonna finest hour. He's gonna burn hot, burn fast, and that's where we're at. Yep. We got a prayer to do, I guess. In case we have no Everwinter's Blessing. I do a battle tactic. That's a good call, actually. I have 2 options here from the core rulebook that work. I can either conquer, take that objective back, because I haven't conquered yet. And then, at least I don't think I've conquered yet. I've done 2. I did mortal wounds to things, and I killed the general. That's right. So I can conquer now. Or I could seize the center, have more models. The problem is the models in the middle. It doesn't matter how much we count for objective control. This one's only models. So you get to kind of control where you take casualties based on that, because the middle of the board is about here. So that's where it's going to be a little tough.
Within 6, it looks like maybe 6 or 7 guys are within that.
Yeah. I'm going to go for, what's it called? Conquer, I think. Yeah, I'll go for Conquer for now. No Everwinter Blessing to resolve, so I'm going to go to the Punishing Hailstorm. I'm going to punish you. The only thing I can hit with the Hailstorm is these guys. I can aim as far as that, but that's outside of 3 of them. So we're going to go for them. Do they get hit by a giant brick of ice? They do for 2 more wounds, but that's what they got shields for. They're smart. They're going to put them up.
They have them. It's if they can use them.
No, that guy was unaware of what's happening. He's like, I don't get it. We're fighting in a molten lake. Where's the ice coming from? What's happening? And that there, folks, is Hero Face. So we're going to go to movement. I'm going to try and do something a little weird. These guys are going to at the double and go up and around to make room for this guy to come in and them to go around. Well, I'm going to measure it, then decide, but I think it won't be too bad. This is where they end up with a 17-inch move because they're hungry. They go 17 on an at the double. We did forget to do your heroic action, though, which would be recovery on this guy. He's a little too... He does. He heals D3 wounds. The Exalted Hero is back to 5 of 6, I guess.
Yeah, 5 of 6.
And only because he's not quite in range to order anything to them, so leadership on him wouldn't help too much unless you lost about 8 guys. So that's where they end up at the double, and then we're going to have this guy move up, and then the Mournfang Cav are going to... the Mournfang Cav are... Yeah, we'll just move both of them. Let's have this guy move up first. He'll push up on him right about here. All right, well, with his extreme hunger, he moves 2 extra inches up to there, and then the Mournfang Cav are going to sweep it up this way. Well, we're going to go ahead and charge. I guess this guy could shoot. I can't shoot them. This guy, I'll do his pistol here. Pistol! Twang! It's boom! It's it doesn't hurt him, though, right off the plate armor.
He finally used a shield.
Oh, this guy's going to shoot a crossbow into this guy. -1 to hit. Oh, I'm going to put the bird into him, too. I'm just going to keep punching that guy. Screw that guy. He gets a bird. 2. That's a mortal wound. I don't know if he has a ward save.
He doesn't.
Oh, he's got a wound left. Then he's going to eat a crossbow bolt. He hits with the lookout, sir. And that's a fail off the armor.
Classic.
Yeah, classic, yeah. And then the Wreath of Frost will go into them naturally. It's going to be me. 5 mortal wounds. Heals up.
Okay.
Ooh,
nice.
Only 1.5 go down.
I like here, and then 1 wound on this guy right there.
All right. And then we're done. That's it. We are going to go right to charging. I'm going to start with this guy in the back. He is... Watch this, guys. Charge! 8. Ogres. It'd be like every ogre player out there. I'm hungry! Roar! Ogre charge! Peeking the mic and everything. Here we go. You're going to take 4 mortal wounds as I charge in.
Get these fail saves out of here.
Shields up. One dies.
Boom. And slide there.
And then these guys have the charge before I start doing too much more damage. They're going to resolve, 8-inch charge with the modifier.
Yeah, I think you got it.
I got lucky on that one because I meant to charge with them first and I jokingly charged with him and it almost screwed up my charge. I was off by, like, if that model was dead, I wouldn't have made the charge. 7 dice for mortals on 5s. That is going to be 3.
5 ups.
5 ups. Look at that. I crush another 1 model. Boom.
And then let's put the wound on. Oops. Sorry about that. Let's go here. Why not?
And then these Mournfang Cav are going to charge. They get a 7. Yeah, 7's fine. Charging in there, and again, here comes the trampling charge. Watch me have done this mechanic. Oh, we failed all of them. I feel like, what if I just did the mechanic wrong the whole game? Who knows? All right, big guy, charge. We could do better. Reroll. Ooh, try gamble it. Nah, I won't gamble. Let's do the 6. Let's do the hypothetical though. Hypothetical for everyone watching. Okay, let's go impact. I deal 4 mortal wounds. This is it. Shields up. These are
5s.
All right, another guy. Another guy goes down. Oh yeah, good luck. It's starting to get a little more unwieldy. Let's get the hordes in there. All right.
1 wound. Let's go this guy since it's easy to pick.
I got a couple of things I'd like to do here. We're gonna have this guy first of all do the Thunder Tusk Rampage, aka Chill of the Everwinter on a 3+. It does work. They get strikes last because it's really cold. Yeah, I like that. Every 10 seconds, just gonna throw up a little bit there. All right, then this guy is just gonna roar on a 3. You also don't get to. Oh yeah, I don't have command points. I'll stomp instead, I guess. 2 mortal wounds on 2 5s. All right, he just steps on one, squish, and then we're at the start of the combat phase where he's gonna chomp metal. He eats metal. Ooh, I don't know if it's a 2 or a 3. You know what? Technically, I don't have to roll. It's automatic. I figured that. Like, sure, why not? Let's just make it automatic. It only works on saves. Things that have a save characteristic like a 3 up, 2 up, or 1 up. But let's be real. Most things in the game, a lot of things in the game have that these days. Well, a lot of my guys don't, I guess. But anyways, 2 mortal wounds because that's the roll I had.
5s.
I crunch one guy because he's wounded. And that's it. Okay. I don't think I did Metal Cruncher against Chaos Knights, the Karkadrak Lord, and these guys, yeah. The only guys that didn't have a 3-up save were the Theridons. Doesn't matter all that much where I go first, because you strike in last. So we're going to have... You'll pile in. York. I'm just going to move the smoke out of the way. We'll move on to the smoke. Fight from there. And then these guys won't be able to swing. They're too far away. So that's that. Ooh, smoke and fire. Ooh, ominous. Gargan Hackers, the champions in range, though. So we have 4s to hit. And 4s to wound because Nurgle. Oh, huge. That's really nice. And then we got the Tusks. The Tusks. These are 4s to hit normally. Ooh, spicy. 3s to wound, but down to 4s. Oh, 3 saves at minus nothing, effectively. So you have a 3 up.
Okay. Got them all.
Ooh, nice. And the eroding banner picking up there. So now I'm going to attack with these Mournfang Cav. They're going to pile in a strike, and they are going to take the all-out attack. Let's get stacked on top of each other from the Maw the Great Beast. So they're going to all-out attack, then he's going to get the all-out attack afterwards. Gargan Hackers on 3s. And wounding on 4s. Ooh, only 3 of them. These are Ren 2 down to 1, so we have 4 ups.
So 4s.
That is 6 damage.
Ooh.
And no ward save, so I'm just going to cleave through 3 of them. And then we have the Tusks, 16 Tusk attacks. Then the rest of his attacks, or the Tusk attacks, 3s to hit with them. Bloop, 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 bloop. And if anyone's curious why I'm just going with multiple things in a row, they are under the effect of strikes last. As a reminder, 4s to wound because you're Nurgle. Ooh, it did stop a few, but that was a good roll. Only win 1, so you don't care about that. So these are 7 3-ups.
7 3-ups.
Every fail is a dead guy, though.
Ah.
That kills 4. Okay. All right, and then I might as well go with the the Frost Lord will go, I guess. Whee. Let's go. Spear has 4 attacks, 2s to hit because he's going to all-out attack him. So they would get the all-out attack from the Maw the Great Beast, that he's going to issue all-out attack to himself, actually costing me a command point. So those do hit on 2s. Now he's +2 to wound, counteracting the -1 wound on Mark and Nurgle because of Burn Hot, Burn Fast, and Finest Hour. So 2s. These are Ren something. Down to Ren 1 after everything is said and done.
4s.
Oh, nice.
Needed that.
Yeah. Punches and kicks on the Frost Lord. 2 hits, 2 wounds, 3 ups. No rend, really. 1 damage. Rock Hard Horns for 6 attacks on 3. 2s to wound. All right, and these are, I think, are Ren 3 down to Ren 2.
5s. Let's see them all. Come on, buddies.
All right, that's 3 fails.
4 complete guys, because 1 was already wounded.
3 each, and then I got D6 attacks with the Stomping Hooves, because why not have more tell? Only 1, okay. It hits, and it wounds. This 1 after everything is said and done.
Nope.
D3 damage. It kills 1 and a half. It is a very well-placed hoof. It's cold and calculated.
It's a scoped hoof.
Yeah, like everything these guys do, so with extreme purpose and much thought put into it. And then last, this guy will go, because why not just keep attacking with things? All right, let's go. 4 attacks on the Tusks. Okay, that's a hit. That's a wound. 3 up save.
Ha.
Okay, you're good. And then we got punches and kicks from the Beast Riders themselves. That's 4 of them hitting. That is going to be... There are 4s and 2 at 3 up. 1 damage.
Okay.
Got that last. That's it. That's all I can muster.
Enough of that guy.
19 of them or something.
Yep, 19.
Oh, that's fine. Easy, no problem.
Easiest battle shock ever.
You get to fight back.
Okay.
Piling in, we got 5 going that way, 3 going this way. And the champion was this guy, looks like?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Who do you want to do first?
We're going to do the 10 attacks over here first. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s.
I got nothing negative on them.
Nice.
They've already been ordered to attack, so they cannot defend. They're going to just eat it. Okay,
Nice.
5 up save on them. That is going to pass these 4, and it's going to kill the 1 and wound another. That's 1 of them down, 4 wounds left on that guy, and then we have a few attacks into the beast
Okay,
riders.
7 attacks into the other guy. Sitting on 4s, right? Because
Yeah,
they're cold.
it's cold. It's cold, naturally. Yeah.
Okay, and then 3s.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah,
3. These are 5 ups. I'm going to take 1. Yep, 1 damage. 8 wounds left.
Just enough for Wee Man.
That's true. That's it, I guess. You owe me battle shot. What's the? Oh, I'm definitely not running on these guys. They're eating currently. They're really high bravery.
Yeah, so Battle Shock, D6 plus 19. Would you believe it? 23 run.
Damn. What's their bravery? 8 with a banner?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, only 15 run. Oh. Yeah. We get 1 objective. And we got a battle attack. That's 3 victory points for us. Okay, that's the end of it there. That does tie the game up because we are exactly at 13 victory points each at the end of the 3rd turn. Not bad, but like unfortunately, there's a points discrepancy of units left on the table still. We have a priority roll. 2.
Nailed it.
Well, okay, we got 2 options here. I can either give you the turn out of pity.
Yes.
Or we can call it. Up to you. What do you want to do?
I am not going to receive pity. But
right.
I'm also not going to call it. We go down swinging.
All right, fine. You won't take pity. You'll go down swinging. I will take the priority then. We're gonna get these. We're gonna get them. Okay, this is where we at. This is where we stand on turn 4. 3 command points going first because of Ashenhold. 2 because you're going second and no general. My battle tactic will be to repel. I'm going to pick one of these 2 units that started in your army, and I'm going to kill it this turn. It's going to be that exalted hero.
Finest hour.
Finest hour. Heck yeah, dude. Oh, I got to resolve my burn fast, burn hot. I took one of your dice there. Sorry. That's not the roll.
Yeah.
It's more of a drop die. Burn. You know what? I'll take the 3 mortal wounds even. There we go. I take 2. All right, I'm going to heroic recovery. I failed. And then I'm going to burn hot, burn fast. Otherwise, we are going to do the pulverizing ice storm. Ouchies, right there. On the character itself, he is going to get hit for 3 mortal wounds. He's got 1 wound.
Got 1 left.
And then the guys behind him are going to suffer a mortal wound, which should have 2 wounds left on the guy. Okay, well, that is should be it for the hero phase. I am going to move things, I suppose. We're going to start by moving this guy. Only moving 9 because he's hungry and bracketed. The rest of it, I'm going to have these guys run, and I might as well at the double for a command point. Yeah, at the double, they go 17 inches this direction. There will be a redeploy on the Chosen.
Redeploy on Wee Man.
Wee Man! Where's Wee Man going? He's going 2 somewhere.
We're stopping the bottle right here.
That's it. That's what's up. Okay, pretty
Get
beautiful.
this guy out of here.
I'm going to move these 2 units. Warlord shifts up that way. He does prevent their full movement. We're going to go to the shooting phase. We're going to have the Vulture. Gets him 2 up more wound.
Yeah, he's boom.
He just he's like crawling to it. I'll stop him. And Vulture.
Getting picked apart by a vulture. Oh my god.
And everything else is into them. Do Boss Crow. Twang. That's a 1. It misses. And then we have 6 dice here. I'll just do this twice for the ice. The ball of ice. Only 6s hit him though because their unit's teeny. This is 1 mortal wound.
Oh.
2, 3 mortal wounds.
Okay.
There we go. So that kills 1.
Where's the normal guy at? He's right there.
Boom. Yes. These guys have a pistol. Twang. Oh, it's a wound. -1.
No one.
That's a drop down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ha!
-1, you're good.
We're good.
These guys ran. So let's do this in true ogre fashion. This guy is going to declare a charge. He will go 8. Probably a fail. The fail, I needed a 9 to make it in. So we are going to forward to victory. Order from the general there. Boop. 9!
Just what you needed.
We don't have to worry about that. We know going up and around. We are going to be actually just pretty much in base contact. But those horns are the problem. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can Yeah, good enough.
I'm gonna obscenities.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna unleash hell by throwing obscenities.
We can filter it all out. If you want, just beep. Just 30 seconds of beep. More wound time. Yay, interaction. Only one. Only one. Yeah, we'll mark him later. We know what's up.
He's got one left.
Let's go with the big guy. He'll charge 8. He's gonna have to take up this spot here.
Bring it.
Block these
Oh,
guys.
it's gonna get brought so good.
They're gonna do so well. And that is gonna be 5 more wounds. So he's got 1.
Yep.
So he's dead. And
Kills
then another
him.
guy's dead.
Kills another guy. Wounds another guy.
All right, that's exactly where that's going to go. Then we have the Mournfang Cavalry next. Good old one last final for fun charge. Okay, 7. 8 technically. So we'll get the champion in there. And I'm only going to be able to fit 1 more honored friend. So let's get him in there. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, well, what do we got? 5 wounds left in there? That is going to be 2 more wounds. So we got just the champion. Then we got some on. Let's strike last. Yep. And then stomp. Yep. And that's it. there it is. We cleaned them up. Then we had Metal Cruncher after that, too, which apparently works automatically. Outstanding. And that there, folks, is the end of the game.
That's a tabling.
Oh, I can't believe Beast Claw Raiders did that. You know what? I'll say one thing about it. It was at least hard-earned.
Yes. I feel like it didn't look that way at the table end, but there was a point where I was like, you know what, I actually could pull this off. Like, I'm pulling the objectives in the right direction. I think I might be able to have this. But for the first 2 turns, not making a ward save. I think I did 2.
You didn't do it. And no saves that. Oh.
Yeah. That killed me.
We are going to go into a post game in just a minute. We got a few campaign things to resolve. More to come, folks. If you want to stick around, there is a little bit of a podcast at the end to go along with it. The Ogor Mawtribes have managed to retain control of the Molten Lake for the Destruction Alliance, thus keeping the defense of Ashenhold solid. All right, folks, this is the post-game show where Brett and I are going to shoot the shoot for a little bit and talk. We usually always end up talking about the game at first and then veering off into whatever other subject pops up. It's usually war game related, but sometimes it's not. So if you want to stick around and listen to a couple dudes talk about Warhammer for a little bit longer, by all means. And yeah, so this was, if it seemed like I was coming off a little strong by making fun of Beastclaw Raiders and Ogor Mawtribes and Destruction in general, well, that's how I feel about it. I honestly hate these armies. So they're just not my play. Mostly, it's not my play style.
Yeah.
I don't like, I like to play until the end of the, well, we kind of went to the end of the game technically, but I like it to be, I find when you're playing armies like Slaves to Darkness, Mortal, or Magacan in general, no matter what, you're going to turn 5. Yeah. You're going to drag your opponent into the mud with you. Come on down, here I am.
I'm not giving up.
No, and we're going to play until turn 5, no matter what, because they don't have punch, right? They just have hold. It's like, you kill 2 of my models, I kill 3 of your models. Yeah. And that is essentially the game for 5 to 10, sorry, 10 player turns, essentially, yeah. But when you play armies like this, they force the hand, and they're like, we're going to try and win in the first 3 turns or lose. And I get the appeal. I honestly do. It's quicker games. You don't have to remember as much. And heck, if you like to play multiple games in a day, it's perfect. Yeah. It's just, sometimes I feel it could be a little annoying for the opponent. They have to have the right attitude to get rolled over by armies like this. Because, like, granted, it's not like this is I don't think it's an overpowered army by any means. It's just one of those armies that doesn't require a lot of thought, for like a lack of a better term. And if they get their charges and if they get their mortal wounds, they're probably gonna win the game.
And to a certain extent, like I haven't played against Beastclaw Raiders this edition, so I was kind of walking in with what I feel is my least experienced list that I have that I brought up with me, and so I was going up against a lack of knowledge, and kind of like I expected to lose going into it because I played this a couple times, and every time I remember after I lose, like, oh, that's right, I intentionally shouldn't have done that. Yeah. And so I think, in retrospect, having played against specifically these the Beastclaw Raiders, I would have deployed a little bit different, because you're right, you're going to make that first turn charge.
Yeah, if you deploy, because you want to deploy on the line still, because you don't want to give up objectives, because that's where you got to be careful. If you deploy really far back to make my charges hard, all I do is I walk up a few inches, get the objectives, get my 3 to 4 points, be like, all right, your turn, go ahead, good luck.
And
yeah,
if you look back at like when I was hemming and hawing about, do I go first or do I go second, and possibly bait out a double turn, that was one of my concerns, was you meeting me here and holding me in my zone.
Yeah. Like for armies like this, or armies like Soulblight, or like like Magakin, I would always deploy right on the line and force them to go first. And I would hope, and then you're just hoping they don't make every single charge, and if they do, you're hoping you at least make some ward saves. Let's not forget that you made literally no ward saves. Those Chaos Knights just buckled.
They got picked.
No war, and everything worked for me. I got all my charges. I did over average mortal wounds, and I made my strikes last on their charges. And that was the big thing. The strikes last on, and then I roar. I think I roared every time too.
You roared every time, and
I can't stand roar. I hope they like. I feel like they need to make roar for. I cannot stand roar.
That's one of the only reasons I always pick my Demon Prince to be a general, so I can make him monster, so I can make him roar.
Yeah, roar.
Or if
so
I really
powerful,
need to, is turn off wards. Sometimes that's pretty.
That's super good too. Fire Slayers.
That's my issue. Is this list I feel is specifically built around the Demon Prince surviving.
Yeah.
And my first inclination is like, I'm going to get in there, turn those wards off.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cool, your Demon Prince is going to die though.
It's like he's super durable. He's got 3 up saves, stack up to 2 up, 1 up, and then
can be durable.
But then a whole army of mortal wounds on the charge. It's hard to be durable.
And then you fail a save. It's like, I'll take 18 to the face.
Yeah,
like,
okay. Yeah, every attack. My lowest damaging attack is 2. Like with the I get the punches and the kills don't matter, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, their Gargant hackers red 2, 3 damage. Granted, only 2 attacks, but heck, even 2 of those go through. That's 6 damage is a lot of damage.
Yeah, I want 30 brick of Chaos Warriors to work. You probably only want 20.
I'd say 20 is kind of where your best value is, and then that gives you an extra 10 to put on an objective somewhere else, putting pressure on the enemy somewhere else. Where like for armies, there's definitely lots of ways to play against this. First of all, when it comes to defensive armies, you just stay on the line, make these guys deploy first, and you just push, and you hope that your defensive stats outweigh their offensive stats. Because in a lot of ways, they're mirrored, and rather, it's just you had to make what war saves you did. If you made more war saves, it's a whole different game. Absolutely. Because these guys are only doing mortal wounds on a 4-up, and then you have a 5 to mitigate them. So realistically, 10-inch charge, 5 mortal wounds. You mitigate 3 or 2. You only kill 1 guy. That's like a main army mechanic, nullified down to a third of its effect, essentially. But you got to make those war saves.
And like in the same exact vein, if these knights don't buckle, then this doesn't get swept and rolled up the way it was.
Yep. Everything they charged is dead to a man. No problem at all. I even got some lucky 12-inch charges, took out the Sorcerer, took out Demonic Power for that 1 turn, as well as Conduit giving, those guys having when the Chaos Nurgle Warriors are in combat and they had that 6-up ward save could be kind of nice too.
Yeah.
I guess just regular melee attacks and stuff like that. It can be a little tough. So the ways to play against these guys is if you have a durable army, you just make them go first, walk up the line, I think, because usually durable armies are slow. They can't afford to play the passive game. You just have to hope that the guy playing these guys doesn't get every roll he needs. Because if he doesn't, then you're probably looking at a pretty balanced game. If you're like a mobile army, then you definitely deploy a little bit back, especially if you have access to like Nighthaunt, like Dreadblade Heroes, teleporting around the battlefield.
That's another army I haven't played against.
Nighthaunt?
Nighthaunt, yeah.
Nighthaunt could be these exact. They actually play a lot of guerrilla warfare.
Yeah.
They don't really commit too much, and if they do, it's like a really hyper focused commit. Yeah. So they're kind of cool for that regard. They have, but they're kind of the same where they're rewarded for charging. So it's very random. Both this army, Ogor Mawtribes, almost in general, other than the under guys, are more shooting based, but and Nighthaunt heavily rely on the charge phase, and it's almost completely out of your control.
Yeah.
You could have like. The first game I played against the new Slates of Darkness book, it was a brick of 20 Chaos Warriors. This was when bounty hunters were a thing. So
I'm glad that's gone.
Yeah, so I almost even thinking about it makes me want to vomit. I hated the bounty hunters, but I was utilizing it because everyone was, right? So I had Hex Rays that were bounty hunters, and I had charged the 20-man brick with about 6 or 7 units. Because I like to run lots of small units with Nighthaunt to trigger those Wave of Terrors. And I got 6 stuns, which were negative 6 to your save. So 20 Nurgle Warriors with -6 to their save. No save at all. Bounty Hunters, every wound was a dead warrior.
Yeah.
So it was I swept 20 of them with like a unit of Hex Rays or 2. I'm like, that is not how they're supposed to hold.
Balance.
Yeah, it's like that. But then again, to get a stun on a charge is an 8+ on the charge. I rolled 6 8+ on charges. So like that's out of your control. That's out of my control, right? That's that kind of nonsense that we were talking about back in older editions, where that kind of stuff can be very frustrating in a modern game like Sigmar, where a lot of the elements are kind of cold and calculated. I mean, and you might disagree with that, but like when you go, and I say everything with like the thought of how the games used to be like 10+ years ago, almost irrelevant information, but it's stuck up here in my head where. You could have a unit lose 25% of its models and it has to panic, and then you roll a leadership check, then turns around and runs. And if it panics near something else, that this causes a chain reaction to panicking. You lose like your left flank off of one bad die roll. It's like, well, I lost the game because of a bad die roll. That would never. That could foreseeably happen in Sigmar, but not as much as it would have happened in older games.
It would change how people screen.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Because screening right now, I would like to see 40K and Sigmar have a much more dynamic morale system, but I think it's the thing that made the people the most upset in the older games. No one likes to lose their Death Star to like a leadership 11 roll or something, right?
Stop taking Death Stars, you don't lose them.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I've been saying for years. If you're gonna take a Death Star, you're gonna get punished for taking a Death Star if you roll bad. I used to play against, this is where we veer off in other topics. I used to play against a guy who used to play Grey Knights back in the day, and he would always deep strike a big brick of 10 paladins or whatever. And then every game we played, if his deep struck mishapped and they died, he's like, I can see, unless he's like, I'm just gonna go home unless you let me keep that as a good deep strike. Ew. That was it. Ew. They're like, what's my option? I either don't play a game or I let him keep it, right? Yeah. So it's like, sure, whatever. Okay, we just won't play with the deep strike mishap table. I used to play against a guy. Every time someone would seize against him, he'd concede and be like, okay, we can play a real game if you want, where I get to go first like we had planned, or I'll just go home. It's up to you. They're like terrorism on the table.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm okay with, to a certain extent, because you can't control your opponent. You can have a rapport, but like if they say, okay, that's game, I'm going to call it. Okay, but when you start holding rolls hostage, where it's like, no, if you don't let me have this, then I'm just going to pick up and you get to be bored. It's like, okay.
You made your way out here. No, we're not going to play Warhammer today.
Well, and the other thing is, like, when you go play at a shop, if it's a shop that has like pre-scheduling, a lot of pre-scheduling, like I've played at both kinds, where there's just pick up whoever's there is playing, or you schedule like a week out. It's easier to hold someone hostage when it's like, oh, we have a scheduled game. Everyone else in the room is playing a game or is not scheduled to play one, so you're stuck with me. Yeah, I hate that.
It's like I should give him a little bit more credit, because like I was okay with it. He knew I was, so that's why he would do things like that. But he would only be able to play one game a month typically. Yeah. This one guy, so he's like, I really don't like these weird things happening. I don't mind losing the game to like a lot of small bad things. One really bad thing causing the game to lose, like he could, and I got it. I get it. Yeah. When you only get to play one game a month, that's fine.
In that context, it makes sense, and especially if you're friends. Like if you're just picking up with a rough acquaintance where you know their name, you maybe know what they look like. That's when it's like, dude, you're right, concede, you win. Yeah. I'm gonna walk away.
I always had really good. I would play against a guy named Mitch. A lot of people who watch Steve's channel will be familiar with him. He was always a great guy to play against. There was a couple other people a little bit rougher to play against, but it was like, it is what it is. The game. I don't know. I don't know if it's like. I find in Sigmar, I don't interact with too many people that get too upset about the outcome of the game, no matter how weird or sideways it was. The game before, the before time would definitely, that would happen a lot more. Let's put it that way. That would happen a lot more. Yeah. And I was guilty of it too. I've definitely been guilty of it a couple times myself. Just a lot more extremes would happen, and he could suddenly lose the game out of left field for no reason.
Yeah. Oh, that is exactly why I don't play Blood Bowl.
That's a damn good example right there.
The models look good. I've goofed around with it before, but man, I remember I spent like a week. I had these an orc team that was painted up to look just like the Seattle Seahawks. They were painted to the nines. They had all their decals, little rims around the bases, and in a moment of humility, I'm going to admit that. My one friend played like an hour of a turn, and he was really just being calculated about it. I was like, okay, cool, let's see what happens. Go to pick up the ball, fumble right away.
First thing
I had a 5-second turn. And after that, he goes and scores, and I was like, you know what, I concede. Do you want the models? Oh. He was like, dude, I can't take that. That's a bad juju. I was like, sounds good. eBay. Never played since. It was bad.
Was that recent-ish or like a little bit ago?
That was when it got re-released, and it was just the Reikland guys and the Orc guys. There were no extra teams.
Okay. Well, the game hasn't really changed in 20 years, so that's all still very possible.
It's a classic game. It's a classic game.
So that is the game where that's the kind of game. That's the game where it definitely that's where you know kind of where you're at with the miniature board games. It took me a long time to get used to Blood Bowl. To get like, ooh, it was tough.
Like, you almost need to like take all of your emotions and put them in a little bottle and then just like throw it outside the room while you're playing.
That's exactly. You grit your teeth.
So easy to tilt.
It's real bad. So Lee, who used to be our MiniWarGaming, a lot of the more like older watchers would remember Lee. And Lee, if you're watching this, don't take this the wrong way. He was real solid. He was one boy. He would be. So he was teaching me how to play, and I was. There's a reason my show used to be called just the Luke of the Dice. I can be a very lucky player. Ice cold. I very rarely have like medium-ish games. It's either one way or the other for me. And I'm playing Blood Bowl first game. He's playing as Dark Elves. I'm playing Vampires. He's trying to pick up the ball, trying to hand the ball off, trying to dodge. Everything's failing, falling over. So he has a couple turnovers in a row, and I'm like, okay, I want to try and pick up the ball. I got it. The only way to really get to the end zone is to go through your players. So I have to dodge, pick the ball, no problem. And then I don't know what I'm doing, so my player's exposed. He could easily blitz him and knock him down. And what does he do? He blitzes my player. He lines up to get 2 dice, double skull into double skull on a reroll, and he downs him, and I walk into the end zone for a touchdown. He's like, I don't want to play anymore. And I'm like, why? I'm having so much fun. And that was me as a brand new player. I had no idea what I'm doing. And then me and my friends all got in a Blood Bowl, and it was a little endearing for all of us. A lot of us had to stop playing the first time because it was tilting. It was very upsetting. And then, I don't know, we got back into it slowly, and then we just kind of got used to it. We kind of just laughed at the shenanigans and got over it. But man, but it helps to have timed turns.
Yes.
That's the big thing. So like no matter what, we're only playing with 3-minute turns. So the other guy's only playing for up to 3 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
that's all you have is 3 minutes.
There's decisions he's not making because he doesn't have time.
Correct. Yes. So that's where I find makes it a lot better. Like you're only really waiting 3 minutes for his turn. And when he's feeling the pressure, they make mistakes.
Yep.
So there's a lot of fumbles when you're a new player.
Yeah, when I played, it was we weren't doing time limits, and each time he was just like, okay, and I turn over voluntarily.
Yeah, essentially.
Like, whoa. Yeah, pick up the ball. Nope, turnover.
Yeah, that could be upsetting. I remember a championship game. A friend of mine lost it because he was playing with ogres, but they have a rule called Bonehead, where every time you activate an ogre, you have to roll a d6. On a 2-up, he's fine. On a 1, he succumbs to his boneheaded nature. He might see a butterfly flying by, or he might see a worm popping out of the dirt.
Yeah.
He'd be like, ooh. And then he'll completely forget about the play, forget about the game, and he loses all his tackle zones, and you can't activate him that turn.
Oh, loses the tackle zone's big.
Yeah, real big, real bad. So he had that ogre 1 square away from the end zone to get a touchdown because he was playing all ogres, so they're your ball carriers, and 6 boneheads in a row. He lost the championship game because the 6 boneheads in a row on the same, because you can't pass the ball off, you can't hand the ball off, nothing at all. And then it was just, he's like, oh, that was pretty bad. That was pretty.
The models look cool.
The models look super cool.
Look sweet.
You get these great memories though. You're never gonna forget that Blood Bowl game.
Every time I look at the Blood Bowl box, and there's that moment of like, I could try to get back into it. It's a small model count game because that's how that happens. You buy 1 box and it's like, but I need another runner.
Yeah, typically you're always stuck buying 2 boxes. Then you're like, I really like this team. I might like the Lizard Men too. Then you buy 2 more boxes.
Yep. And so like every time I'm like, I'll pick it off the shelf as soon as like my finger brushes up against the plastic wrapping. It's just like, remember that one time? And like immediately full withdrawal, just like I'm good.
Yeah, those games like Blood Bowl. Necromunda can be bad. Necromunda when it first came, the re-release. Now Necromunda can be very jarring, where it's like, oh.
See, I love Necromunda. I guess it's like an emotional thing where like I can disconnect, where it's like I'm trying. And I was a different player back when I was trying to play Blood Bowl. It's like I was concerned with winning.
Yes, you cannot. That is the first thing you throw out the window.
It's one of those games where like you're there to spend 3 hours having a ball.
Yep.
Which is, I probably could come back and start it again, but like that's how I approach Necromunda. And it's like I remember one time we're doing a 3-way battle, super uneven.
Oh yeah.
And we had one guy in our campaign. They were all 30K guys, so like you could trust them not to make a really, really, really gamey decision. We're gonna have some fun here. We're gonna be narrative driven.
Typically, with 30K players, you'll find a lot more of that.
Yes, it's usually, you're right. And so, but he had a Van Sar game that was just.
Those are the tech guys, right?
Yeah, he's played a ton. So like we're talking a guy with a 2-up save in Necromunda where most people have a 6.
Yeah.
He has I think it was like a plasma cannon.
Yep.
And just huge, dressed to nines, ready to go. And we rolled up Gang Moot, which is where all the leaders are in the middle, pretending to hash it out. And you got this one guy with like a plasma cannon arm. I have my Orlog guy who's just like a greasy dude with a servo arm and an auto pistol. Just like, if things go south. And then the other guy had it was what are the chicks named? I forgot.
Escher.
Escher, yes.
Yeah.
It was an Escher gang leader, and both of these guys had been playing in this league. I had been like a tack on, where like they gave me a couple extra things to make it a little bit closer to even, but I just didn't have the experience on my guys that the other guys did. And so gang move goes bad, and the guy looks at me and is like, I'm not afraid of you. Bam! Caps the Escher leader. Permanent death.
Oh!
And I'm just sitting there going, Can we call it? Like, we're good? Are we copacetic? Yeah, that was a funny game. Not for the Escher player, but I laughed.
That happened to me, man. I was fighting Steve. Of course, I was fighting Steve on this one. I had a Goliath leader, all like 400 point leader, 2-up save, super tough, super strong, all melee focused. Steve walked around the corner with a Juve, like basic guy with a couple pistols. Oh, it's a shotgun technically. He hit him with a shotgun and just dead. Boom. Just blew him away. I'm like, oh my god, I had everything to live there. And that one got me kind of bad. I needed a minute to chill on that one. And I could succumb to it too. Like but that's kind of like the reason you play for that passion. Yeah. You get the fun, you get the passion, and you really feel, and you really remember everything. Yep. That's why I think they're beautiful.
Like I love Necromunda. It's hard to get people into it.
Yes. Especially if they're. It's like it's tough when they're into the more modern war games where it's not as like, why did that just happen kind of thing. Like, could I have done anything different? Nope. It's like, it's just...
Your guy, his head exploded because he decided to pull a trigger.
Yeah, exactly. You could have hid behind a box the whole game, I suppose, if you wanted to. Nothing bad might happen to you in that regard. But there's a lot of other things that could happen as well. There's like... Yeah, permanent injuries. Like, it's just your guys they just don't get experience because, like, you really want this one guy to get experience, but he's taken out first round every game, misses a game, he's back. Oh, look, it happened again.
That's what happened with. I had a heavy bolter. I had people would concede games after like the first or second turn, whether they could time up. It was so I have a heavy bolter. He had trick shot, so he's already kind of getting rid of your cover. He's moving and shooting, and so this guy, I always joked around like he was the actual gang leader. He just was really bad at making decisions, so he relegated it to the actual guy with the servo arm.
He's just impressive.
And I was playing against Corpse Grinder, which I lost because it's Corpse Grinder.
Yeah, they're pretty bomb.
Yeah, they're SAM missiles with chainsaws attached to them as guys. But he had one of his Juves that like pops out of the shadows to go tie up my heavy bolter. Not do anything, just base touch him and you can't do anything. Every single game I've ever played in Necromunda, I took the gang tactic card, shoot in close combat.
Oh, nice.
That's just what I always take, because every time they try to tie up the heavy bolter. So you got this Juve who's just cracked out on just the human protein, where he's just not thinking straight. He's coming up, he's like, I'm gonna get this guy, both kneecaps, headshot.
See, that's the kind of stuff that's good to read.
This game that game happened 7 years ago, and it's still in my mind.
Exactly. See, that's why you play those games, because you never forget them. Name me 5 like Sigmar. I can't remember 5 Sigmar games. Where like,
I'll tell you the funny
I remember
stuff
this one
that I remember, but like it's not story driven.
Right, exactly, yeah.
It's like that one time where I had a Chaos Warrior survive Beastclaw Raiders. No.
That's why those specialty games are so important. And like, I always recommend people at least give them a try with the right, but you have to go into it with the right mindset. Hopefully, they're either learning with someone else who has no experience, or they're being taught by someone who understands that they have to teach at a very rudimentary level and like take hits and just like do dumb things. Whenever I teach Blood Bowl, I try my best to like, I show them how passing works by doing like a 5-up pass or something. It's just like, it didn't work because of this. Now I lose my turn.
My mistake. Yeah, when I used to teach 40K to people when I worked at a hobby shop, the standing rule, at least for me, was always like, okay, so they're going to have probably Space Marines. Yeah. Let's go with like 200-300 points, going to get captain, tactical squads. And then I would take just guardsmen.
Yes.
Or just demons. And like these people would leave these games going, bolters are great, which I guess was probably bad. But like, it was always, let's give them twice as many points, or something where it didn't quite look like it was off.
Correct.
But it was just off enough that the math really started to punish me. Because like, a person's going to buy a battle box if they win a game.
Oh, yes.
They are going to consider not doing the hobby if they lose a game.
Correct. So you got to make it as close as possible, as much action filled as possible.
Cinematic and obvious if you know what you're looking for.
And I like to show off all the real simple mechanics and the cool interactions that can pop up in a game. And I wonder if it's like easier to. It's definitely easier to teach the game now than it used to be. But I wonder if it has many cool things. But then again, all the small points games back in the day wouldn't have too many weird interactions, vehicles exploding and like all that weird stuff. They wouldn't make it into the game too much. But yeah, that's the general rule of thumb, especially with all these specialty games. I love them. I can't get enough of them. I can't think of like Warcry. Like all the like Warcry and like Kill Team are like introductory games to the main game, but those are even still pretty fun specialty games.
I do want to try Warcry. I bought the starter box when it first came out because I was super excited about it. And my wife will play war games with me if it's like small scale. Yeah. She'll do 40K every now and then, and even then it's like 500 points.
Yeah. Nice like boarding action game.
Yeah, little tiny things where it's like less analysis paralysis.
Yeah.
And then so Warcry was like like an obvious one because I was like, this game looks fun. It's like Mordheim that I didn't get to play growing up because like it just no one. People who played Mordheim didn't want to play with an 11-year-old.
Yeah.
An 11-year-old didn't have the money to buy 3 or 4 different Warhammer boxes to then make their gang. But no, I was super into Warcry, and then just it never really took off. Like I never tried to really play it, and then I just kind of like it got away from me.
Yeah, Warcry. I haven't played Warcry in a bit. It's had quite a lot of updates since I last played. I played it a lot when it first came out. The initial warbands had a lot of fun. My favorite thing was like the moving and the jumping off of like higher elevations, and I thought that was kind of neat. And that was a good mechanic to have. And the simplicity of it was kind of nice. You just kind of bomb through a game, and the mechanic for rolling dice for gaining abilities and doing the initiative, all very unique. And I think universally, everyone I played with or talked to about Warcry have all loved it. Yeah. In general, like I don't think I've heard anything. My only judgment of Warcry was like any game, the players, if they want to manipulate it, they can. With like, they would take like the non-main teams, like an undead team of like 15 skeletons or something, and then they would just like pass turns and like action economy manipulate. Yeah. I'm like, that's not like.
If your opponent knows that's coming, it's better.
Yeah.
It's better. But like if you're rolling up to a friendly game where you've never met this person before.
And they played 2 games before.
And you're like you're throwing out just like peak jank.
Yeah. That's not necessary, guys. You don't need to do that stuff.
I got nothing to prove. To win. Some people just need to win, but like I guess what I'm saying is get better at winning barely.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Instead of just like, oh, this is a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, if you know you're gonna win, and the goal is, like, I got to imagine, always a good reminder is, if you want to win these games and you just absolutely have to win, and you want to keep your opponents around, you want to have a good amount of opponents, and you know you're going to win, just start giving them a little bit of the game. Just like, make it go to turn 5, let them have a chance, and if they claw it back and take a win, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yep. Something interesting probably happened.
I agree. It's hard to foster an environment if it's an exclusive environment instead of an inclusive one. Yeah,
it can be kind of tough. That's the eternal struggle with these war games, though. Yep. Luckily, like they've been booming in popularity lately.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, they are. Not much. I was actually a little worried there at the end of 7th edition 40K. Well, Fantasy was being next, right? They didn't really say much about Sigmar, and then 40K, I could tell the player base was dropping off pretty heavy.
It was getting pretty bad.
It was. I was like, that could be it. That could be the end of it. I think it's going to trail off into nothing. And then boom, 8th edition. Sigmar took a little. Sigmar 2nd edition kind of took off.
I actually never played 8th edition. I was one of those people that.
You didn't miss much.
That's what I've come to know is like I tilted real hard at like the whole economy has changed.
Yeah.
Like I was given half of the starter set when 8th launched to paint up the Plague Marines because I was just the guy who did Plague Marines. I had a whole bunch of like custom made ones. They look like normal Marines that had fallen, like drill bits in them and stuff like that. And then I was like, the game has changed and that offends me, so I'm gonna sell it and quit. And then I realized. I could play Heresy and have my old rule set that makes me feel comfy, and I can play games. And then it dawned on me, like, there's always going to be someone who just doesn't play 30K, but does play 40K. Yeah. And you can't really play them, at least, especially now. There was a hot second in 7th edition where you could cross-mix, and
it was kind of cool. I like that was that was the eternal struggle. I try my best when playing like games like when I'm playing 40K now or Sigmar now. Like it's like a lot of rules are very similar to how they used to work back in the day if you abstract it enough, right? Because ogres, like, they do their mortal wounds. They always used to have impact hits. Yep. And they would just be like a strength 4 hit or a strength 5 hit, and that would like reduce their armor save by 2. And then I'm like, okay, that's not too bad. Every guy would do that hit, so like every 2 and 3 guys would wound, and then if you do the math, it's actually very similar to mortal wounds because back then you didn't really have better than a 5-up save. So that's effectively a mortal wound with a strength 5 going in, and you're doing almost the exact same amount of damage going in. It's just instead of rolling like 3 different dice to get that, there's like it just does a mortal wound on a 4-up. Yep. Instead of doing 3 different series of dice, right? Like it's just cutting the amount of dice rolling to get the same thing. Like Chariots back in the day would be like, okay, I get D6 strength 5 hits plus 1 because I'm scythed. So okay, I got 3 hits on you, distributed like shooting. These are strength 5, your toughness 3, so I wound on 2s. These are -2 to your armor save. So you have a 4-up, so you have a 6-up save. Okay, I did a damage. Or it could be a 2-up is D3 mortal wounds. Kind of a thing. It's almost identical in how it works. But it's just older players liked the minutia.
I have learned to accept the what was the word? Not the vagary of it, but like just the
the abstraction.
Yes,
of the
I've
game,
learned to just accept the abstractness of some of the rules, and I think it's helped a lot. I enjoy these games.
It does.
Again.
That's what helps me quite a bit too, because I'll be clear and honest, guys. I am a grognard through and through in a lot of ways. I love the older versions of the games, but I've learned to love how the new games work in the same mechanical ways that the old games did, just through, it's like a different path of, it's the same conclusion, different path of getting there. And I appreciated the other path, but hey, I'm okay with this one too now. It's kind of like, do I drive on the highway and save myself 10 minutes, or do I take the scenic route and take those extra 10? I prefer the scenic route. Yeah, I guess.
And to a certain degree, it depends on what you call the scenic route.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And that's kind of how it's all come together, I suppose. And in a lot, like, there's banners, musicians. They're all still relevant, like they were back in the day. There's a lot of things. The artifacts. It's just kind of cool. It's just. Hey, in the old games, you have some similar outcomes too. Like if some guy's gonna like make all his charges, do all his hit rolls, do all his wound rolls, then you're gonna fail all your saves. Yeah, and it doesn't matter what the addition of the game is. It's the same outcome.
No. One of the last games of fantasy I played, this one guy, he painted up a beautiful ogre army, like just a bunch of just normal ogres, and the battle line was about to start, and he was playing against vampire counts, and this was the first game after he had fully painted. He had never played the army.
It's a cursed army. That's a cursed thing to do, yeah.
He never played it until it was fully painted, got it out. We're going to play fantasy all day. And then the guy playing Vampire Counts just did not read the room. And so just ran up with a zombie dragon, purple sun along the flank.
Oh, no!
And just swept all the way down and tabled him top of turn 1. And the guy literally, he's like, okay, I'm never playing this game again. And went home, sold the army off, once it's done.
See, that's what I'm talking about. We just talked about that. We just talked about that 5 minutes ago. Read the freaking room. You don't need to, like, okay, I could win in turn 1 if I do this right now. If you ever have that thought in your mind, that is the wrong thought. Yes. You could say, if you feel like you want to be clever, like, hey, I could technically do this, but we're going to do it this way instead. So you can at least maybe laugh about it. It's like, ooh, this is something to watch out for as an ogre player.
In a tournament, the opponent is responsible for knowing you can do that stuff. Yeah, I feel. So that's a completely different argument set aside. But like when you're just, it's a pickup game for people who know each other.
Yes.
And it's like, oh man, I wanted that army to stick around for more than a week.
I would have. Hey, if you like the hobby, you need to cultivate the player base. Everyone's responsible for this everywhere.
And you need to be okay with losing.
You gotta be okay with losing.
It's not a mark on you as a person.
And you gotta let new people into your club. Be nice to new players. Yes. And if you know what, if they're not interacting with the club, then you figure that out. Maybe you bully them out through games that way if you want to. But generally, people are kind of cool to play against. And if you can have more in your club, that's even better.
There's more variety. You don't have to travel 7 hours just to get stomped by some beast claws.
That's exactly that. Exactly that. Thank you for the excellent game, Brett.
Absolutely, it was so much fun.
We'll call it there. We'll end it there. We'll let people get back to their day. And got more Age of Sigmar to come.
Oh yeah, this is not the only time I'm here, so I might get away.
What do you got planned for the next couple games?
So the next game, I do want to bring out my Magickin, because the idea was this was kind of like we said, a ranging force. And so I have kind of like a mixed arms thing. My actual Warlord is kind of like, he's more like a Festus the Leech Lord proxy. His whole thing is like, I'm going to try to make sure I'm, leeching armor saves off people. He's my overall commander for my force, but he's never my general because that brings too much heat.
Oh, okay.
So he's kind of one of those guys who's just like, hey, you're going to lead the army. You're going to listen to me, but I'm just going to be kind of like, almost like Fabius Biles.
I was going to say he's the Fabius Biles of the
And so, I have him. He's pretty cool because, remember, if you guys are coming in, read that packet of what is in the campaign ahead of time, but also do it before a couple days before you go, because that's what happened to me.
Okay.
I was going to bring Festus the Leech Lord, and I was like, I should probably read through this, make myself look competent. And like that first thing on the first page is like, no name characters, like, oh, junk. I gotta paint a model.
We had the guy in the other room, Kyle. He came by with his list. He's like, all right, I got Scarbrand. I can't bring Scarbrand. He's like, oh, that means I probably can't bring these other two name characters, Bellicor. He's like, you want to play 2,000 points? I'll put Bellicor down. I'm like, that's a name character. That's a name character.
Got a name, buddy.
He's like, huh. Just making fun of Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. All right, well, that's it for this one, folks. Happy wargaming, everyone. Thanks again, dude. That was awesome.
Yep.
Toodaloo, until next time.